Check 1 2, check 1 2. Miami on the Rocks, Casey Chopz. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MIA on the Rocks. Follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Today's episode is brought to you by my brother Smiles Official. Make sure you stream his new single featuring Tory Lanez. It's called Bands in the Trap. Apple Music, Spotify. Make sure you Shazam that and follow him on Instagram at Smiles Official. You taught me everything I know.
Yo, I love it.
You taught me everything I know.
Yo, Chopz got that music hustle game on.
We here. We're in the fucking hood in Hollywood and we're turning this shit out.
Well, before we even start this bitch, okay? Before we even start.
What?
I gotta call this motherfucker out right.
What'd he do?
So, hey, Laz, come do the podcast. And boom, got this. Okay, great. I said, we're gonna do a drink. We're gonna do a shot.
He said yes.
He's got the good.
Yep.
He's got the good Casamigos tequila. The whole bit. By the way, if you guys heard that, we need a check for that. But then I said, yo, you got any lime? He goes, no, I got lime juice. I'm like, all right, shit, that'll work.
That'll work.
Right?
Yeah.
So pulls out the lime juice, hands it to me. I go to open this bitch. First of all, you got to go to the gym for like 9 months before you try to open this motherfucker.
Why?
Okay, because I don't know if it's lime crust or lime.
It's the crust, yeah.
It's something. So I open it. I'm like, damn, that bitch is hard.
But,
whatever.
Okay.
So then I pour some in.
Okay.
And then Sito says, yo, you ever thought that shit might be expired? So we look at Chopz and we're like, Chopz, is this shit expired?
And Chopz is like, you gotta check.
That shit is, yeah.
He's like, I ain't been in my fridge in like 6 years. I don't know. So the date is 7/08 of 18.
No, get the fuck out of here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So if anybody sees Chopz in the club, tell him you want some of that expired lime juice.
Bro, my fridge is embarrassing. Like, I use ketchup packets, bro.
That's
like,
cool,
you know the ketchup packets from McDonald's?
I put them in the fridge, bro. I got you.
I just so you know, I already poured this shit in my drink. Okay. If this shit fucks me up and I get bubble guts, I'm gonna come and vomit all over your house.
That's fine. That's
right here. Okay.
And by the way, it's not Hollywood, it's Hollywood.
We're in Hollywood right now.
Hollywood.
Okay, I'm from the mean streets of Weston, bro. The cul-de-sacs of Weston. You know, like, what's your set? Oh my goodness. So I got, hold on. I'm gonna get the mushy shit out of the way first. I got DJ Laz in here. You know, a lot of how I move in this game I attribute to him. A lot of my hustle I've learned from him. So you know, one of the big reasons you're here is because I want to give you your flowers while you're here. You know, you're called a GOAT all the time. You're called a legend in the game. So I don't really need to tell you. You know what it is. I got Sito Rocks in here. Grammy nominated. Talk your shit.
Bro, I mean, what you're saying, I'm gonna parallel with. I'm gonna echo it. He inspired me since I used to ride my bike all the way to his radio station.
This guy has a gazillion kids. This guy has a gazillion kids running around.
How did I inspire you and you riding a bike? Bitch, I can't ride no bike.
It was the only way I could go see you. That's why. Bro. But I know what you meant. That's funny.
No, but for real, like, he's got kids running around. Like, he's birthed a lot of people in this industry, in this Miami game.
He actually gave me my first chance to my biggest stage. The first time I rocked the stage, or big stage, was with him as a hype man on his records. I knew him all because I grew up listening to him.
That's crazy. So DJ Laz is definitely on I'm going to put you on 2 Mount Rushmores. The Miami Radio Mount Rushmore and the Miami DJ Mount Rushmore. Okay. So my question to you is, who are the other 3 people that should be with you on the Mount Rushmore of Miami Radio?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
he's never been asked that.
Damn. Shit.
I'm doing this live. I'm trying to say, like, bro.
He's making me think. With this expired lime juice, this is going to be fucking epic answers.
Damn.
Wait, we didn't even take the fucking shot, bro.
We didn't.
Oh, I did, bro. So I'm already cheers.
I saw last sip and I was like,
cheers.
Started to the game.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Dude. Who else should be on, and I'm talking on the on-air side? First, or DJ side?
Yeah, let's do the on-air side. Miami Radio, on-air, 3 other people that accompany with you.
Oh, man. Bo Griffin, rest in peace. And it's crazy because all these people that I'm about to name are gone.
Really?
All of them.
Okay.
Bo Griffin, which I learned, she's what I am to you. You know what I'm saying? She taught me a lot of stuff.
Used to DJ on her morning show.
Yeah. And Bo Griffin, Cox on the Radio. Another one that was just legendary back in the day. And one we just recently lost, Leo Vela, which was on Super Q. Leo Vela. He was on the
Damn, I feel embarrassed. I don't even know.
No. You're too young.
Yeah.
You're too young. It's okay.
You can say I'm too white. That's fine.
No.
Okay.
That's cool, bro. You're not. Buddy, you have banged more Spanish chicks than most Spanish guys that I know. So please. But yeah, I'm just saying, people like that were iconic. So, and he just recently passed away. I'm talking.
He was on like SBS, like
he was. I mean, he did the ran the game on all those stations.
Okay.
But what his big thing was Super Q back in the day. Again, you're too young.
What's Super Q, bro?
It was a radio station back in the day.
And it turned to El Sol 95, but it used to be Super Q.
Back in the day.
We're talking 90s.
Oh no, I'm talking before then.
Oh, 80s. Okay.
Yeah, you see what I mean? You would not know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But-
he's talking. Yeah.
But
Okay.
but some of these people I just mentioned are iconic, legendary. But you do have to have some years behind you
Right.
to understand who the fuck I'm talking about.
sure.
Because if not, and you know what? What I love about what I just said. Number one, rest in peace to everybody that I just mentioned. But the fact that I'm still here doing this shit. 30 plus years in the game. I started when I was 14, so I love blowing people away. Ready? Because they tell me, "Oh my God, I've been listening to you, since I was." And most of the time, they're older than me when they tell me that.
Jeez. Yeah.
So I'm like, "Whoa, but hold up." I'm like, "Okay, so this year, by the way, the big one, I'm gonna be 50 this year.
Oh, big 5-0.
This is the big 5-0 this year."
What are we doing? Like, what is up? What
I have
you got
no
something?
idea, but-
You got something planned or no?
Yeah, I want to black out in Costa Rica. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
Say no more.
Whoa.
But all bullshit aside, think about this. Been in the game this long. The biggest compliment I can ever get is, "Man, I feel like I've listened to you my whole life," or, "Dude, you're exactly the way you are on the radio."
Right.
Because real recognize real.
Yeah.
Right.
You could be completely different off air.
Right.
And what you do on air, I knew guys like that.
Right. They put on the voice. They put on the.
Yeah, behind the mic. They would, oh my God.
Yeah.
But as soon as that mic turned on, it was like they came alive. I tell people all the time, you'll find me, the same Laz you hear on the radio, same Laz you'll find at Home Depot, same Laz you'll find out fishing or the marine. I mean, just I am who I am. And not everybody likes that. I'm okay with that too.
Right.
I learned a long time ago, the day you try to make everybody happy,
a wrap.
you will fucking fail miserably.
How have you changed on the radio though, from back then to now?
Well-
Because you're still you, and you've grown obviously throughout.
100%. But you cannot be the way you used to be on the radio in
Right.
today's day and age. Society will not
get
allow
flagged
it.
left and right.
some of
Like
this
as far
shit-
as like a shock jock, you can't do that today
No way.
because you'll get penalized for that.
No way.
Before it was rewarded.
No, listen, and
Yes.
you're 100% correct. With the way it is today, okay, some of the shit that we used to get away with on the radio would not fly for 30 seconds.
Can you name one example?
Sure. I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I'll give you a prank that we did. Okay, it was Cat in the Balloons,
I was there for that, bro.
and we got a lot of shit for that. But imagine trying to do that shit now. Okay, so let's explain.
Bro,
Cat
I
in the
feel like we had
Balloons.
Peter knocking on our door
We
even
did
at that time.
We did, but the station didn't buckle and say, "Oh, you're fired,"
Got it.
which they would do today.
You think so?
100%.
Okay.
Because
That's-
listen.
Even though it wasn't a real fucking cat, which is
I
crazy.
know, but guess what? You know what that means we did? That means we fucking executed that shit amazingly.
Explain to people.
I will. So, Cat in the Balloons was a joke. I basically took a Tigger from my daughter's bedroom and got on the radio one morning and said, "Hey, today we came in and there's a bunch of stray cats."
What was the
around."
reason we did it though?
Because there was a bunch of stray cats and we just wanted to fuck with
But
people.
wait,
That was it.
when you say ticket, it was a stuffed animal.
It was a stuffed
Right,
animal.
right.
So we had, instant replay machine with all sorts of sound effects. So I had a meow sound effect on the thing. So I get there and I'm like, "Yo, today let's fuck with people." They're like, "What do you mean? Let's fuck with people and say we're going to tie balloons to a cat and see how many it takes to get liftoff." Right?
I like that. That's a good concept.
Again, but it was all fake, but it's all in the way you execute.
Well,
that.
it's great
And
for radio
theater
because
of the mind.
yeah, you're painting
Okay.
a picture and they're making it. The listeners are making it their own.
So 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't remember how many balloons we said we started with, which was probably, 10. All right, DJ Laz morning show, blah, 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 blah. Today we decided to tie some balloons to a cat to see how long, how many it'll take to lift the cat up off the ground. Hitting that button all the time. There's a lot of stray cats around the radio station. All sorts of shit. So this started at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay?
is great.
Then
It's great now.
by 6:45, now we're up to, 20 balloons.
And be real, we're really tying balloons to the stuffed animal.
Right. So
To the
Chopz
stuffed
was there.
animal. Right.
Chopz was there. But people don't know. So I'm going to fast forward because we're not going to make it forever. So let's say 9 something in the morning now. Show ends at 10. Okay? 9 something in the morning. Hey, we have so many balloons tied to the cat that we have to take the show outside.
Oh my
okay?
God.
Big Al was the intern at the radio station. And we told, okay, Al, your job is to hold on to this rope that's tied to those balloons. Make sure you don't let go of these things. No, I got it.
I already see where this is going.
Okay,
it's great.
Well, so, you know, and phone lines are ringing and we're playing songs in between and people are calling up and we're talking to people. And all of a sudden, like, I have you know, fucking the intense music in the background when we're about to do this shit, building it up.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it was 53 balloons, I think, was the magic number.
Gosh.
And okay, they got laughter. You hear like fucking rockets, like, you know, taking off. All right, Al, hold on to that rope.
Don't let go. Don't let go.
Don't let go. Boom. Al, you got it? Yeah. All right, here we go. 53 balloons. Oh, hey, we got lift off. You hear people clapping in the background, and all of a sudden, Al, which is holding the rope, trips over a parking stump.
Right.
And all you hear was...
Hypothetically.
Of course.
Right.
All you hear was, yo! Oh my... And everything just went silent.
That's the best.
Everything just went silent.
What a cliffhanger.
So, go ahead.
No. But what's crazy is that now the balloon is in the air with the stuffed animal, and people are it's floating in the air, and people are seeing it in the air, and they're thinking it's a real cat. It's floating over 95. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, I see the cat. PETA is fucking.
But check it. This is what happens. This is what happens, right? So. The music fucking starts playing. No explanation. No nothing. 2 songs go by. 3 songs go by. I come back on and I go.
Very serious.
Very serious.
Good, love it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Of the drama.
We need your help. We have a situation here. Big Al, the intern, who was holding the rope that was holding the balloons, that was holding the cat. Big Al tripped over a parking stump and he lost the cat with the balloons.
Oh my God.
If you see this, I need you to call us because we have to figure out a way to get this cat, bro. And the whole time.
Okay, so point is, can you do that today?
Fuck no way. Because I can tell you what happened in this. How many years ago was this?
Bro, this had to be like 2009, 2010,
maybe even
10
before.
Years ago?
Maybe even before. I'm not good with numbers, but maybe even before.
10, 11 years.
But I will tell you this.
What?
Within the time that we started airing calls of people saying, I'm on 95, I'm driving, I'm by Hollandale, I see the cat in the balloons.
Right.
Thank you very much. Next call. Oh my God, Laz, how can you do this? Are you crazy? So I'm seeing the balloons.
That made it real.
Bro,
the call made it real.
Of course. Yeah. Everything made it real.
Yeah.
So, what happens? Within an hour.
Oh, man.
Within an hour, we have 4,000 emails to the corporate office.
4,000.
4,000 emails
that's
to the
big.
corporate office demanding that the station fires me.
Yeah.
Okay? So the last call that I put on the air, I even went extra because the show ended at 10 back then.
Yeah.
I went to like 11 o'clock in the morning. And
Can you do that now? Can you extend your own hours now?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a rule. I don't know.
No, I mean, listen, at this point, so many people were glued to the radio that I wish we had a metric system that we do today to see how many people were tuned in at that time. But a very long story short, again, this is going to be a long fucking one.
The last call.
Lady calls me and she goes, Laz, I got to tell you, I am so disappointed in you.
You're crying?
Yeah, crying. I'm so disappointed in you with all the good things that you have done in this community. Radio Lollipop. I'm talking, the special needs kids. You've always been my hero. How could you do something so irresponsible and stupid?
Yeah.
And she is pissed. And I said to her, I get it. I'm going to let you finish. She is mad, right? So I go, Elizabeth, I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
I said, Elizabeth, can I ask you one question? Yeah. Yeah. She's crying. Well, crying now. And she's like, At any time, Elizabeth, during this entire broadcast since I got on at 6 o'clock in the morning, did I ever say that it was a live cat? And she says,
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? And I said, Elizabeth, the only person who has the right to be mad at me right now, and she probably is going to be as pissed or more than you, is my daughter, Naya. Because the cat that we're talking about is my daughter's stuffed animal from her bed.
Yeah.
That when she gets home from school,
It's not there.
Tiggy is gone.
Yeah.
That was a great
And she says, wait, so there's no cat in the balloon? I go, oh no, there's a Tigger. There's a Tigger floating around with 53 balloons.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
So it's fake? I go,
Got him.
I got you, baby. Have a great day. I love you.
But I think
you can't do that today.
But wait, so imagine, think about this shit for a second. So imagine whoever was listening from 6 o'clock in the morning and people were glued, but not everybody can stay. They wanted to hear the outcome.
Right.
I only revealed it was fake one time.
right.
But they heard 5 hours of us testing how many balloons.
How are you
The
gonna
whole thing was fake. At no time did we ever endanger anything. It was all a prank.
Right.
Right, but the point is, can you do that today?
No.
Hell to the no.
But I think that's what makes people, captivated to you and makes a great genre of music is you can make, this is what Laz was great at. He can make you feel all emotions. One day he's going to make you feel mad, you hate him. The next day he's going to make you feel turned up, it's time to party. The next day he's going to give away money to Radio Lollipop and make you feel,
he
makes you feel everything emotionally.
Yeah.
So that's what good music does. That's what good content and entertainment does.
But see, what you just said, and that is crucial in this day and age, okay? Because everybody has an opinion and you can never make everybody happy.
Right.
It's hard to execute all those emotions in this day and age.
Right.
Because 50% of the audience is gone on something you said.
Right.
The other 50% is gone the next day on something else you said.
But the thing is that you're gonna piss half the people off. But now with social media, those people that you pissed off, they're loud, and you're hearing them now because they're on social media. Before you didn't hear about them. You know what I mean? Like maybe in the street.
It was, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. Bye. Gone.
Yeah, everybody has a voice now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And listen, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But but as far as radio prank, that shit right there was absolutely epic. And I gotta toss somebody under the bus real quick.
Oh shit.
Because the program director at that time was and
Looking back, he was dope.
Tom is the one that told me, the one that told me to do this.
Right.
But when shit got real with corporate,
hermit crab back up.
he did the backstroke, and I'm like, whoa, hold up a second.
Yeah.
Step
up.
We had this conversation for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hermit crab.
About how the fuck we were going to do this.
Hide in the shell.
So now that, rest in peace, George Beasley called the president of the company.
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, whoa.
Yeah.
It was live. Whoa. Hold the fuck up. But listen, he was a weird bird, but he was passionate about radio. That I got to give him.
Right.
And we didn't always get along, and that was years ago. We have talked since.
For me, looking back, and because he was my first PD, and then I had other ones, and looking back, he was open to culture and learning things. Because then I had PDs that followed that they moved from other cities and thought they knew everything.
He was one of those two at the beginning. It took him took him a bit to adapt and
Got you.
all that good shit. But
okay, back to Channel 4 News. On the DJ side, as far as Mount Rushmore, who's gonna Miami DJ?
Miami DJ that belongs up there.
The other three.
Irie, which he's there.
Okay.
Irie's one of my favorite people on the planet. I just think everything about him is just dope. He's a good person.
He's
He has like a he has it.
And the it factor, 100%. Especially in this day and age where DJs, they're not DJing.
Yeah.
But old school guys still love the art of it. Miami guys, I worked with a guy, Felix Sama, for years, which I don't think he got the props that he deserved.
On the DJ side,
On the DJ side,
because he produced as well.
Yeah.
He was not only a DJ.
He was on air, DJ, but he did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, where else do I go?
I mean,
I'm trying to think.
You named two, but your list
It's crazy because his era is different than my. Like all the people you've mentioned wouldn't be on my Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? Obviously,
but there's an age difference. I don't know if you've noticed, but this shit would be white. Shout out to Jeff for Man. I need a check.
Damn.
Yeah, but real talk.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But our is going to be different. It's just not. It's not the same age. Fuck. Who else can I put on this list, bro? There's just so many.
But Chopz, I'm with you because my list is different as well. It's just.
Well, let me ask you a question. Since you're already here on the list, what's your list?
Yeah.
On the DJ side?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go because I thought about this. On the radio side, I'm putting you, Enrique Santos. I'm putting DJ Khaled, and he might have to go on the DJ side too.
Okay.
And that last one, I might have to say. You know what? I'm gonna say Lucy, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Lucy. Just because
Shout out Lucy Lopez.
Right. Now on the DJ side,
Zog, go fuck. I forgot Zog. Zog's got to be on my side on that Mount Rushmore list.
DJ side.
100%.
Okay.
Oh shit.
See, DJ side, I might have to go Khaled.
You might have to go.
I might go Craze. You know, on the DJ side.
Craze,
You know?
I'm Craze on another planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as DJs, you watch Craze and you go, I don't even know
what he did.
I quit.
Yeah.
Fuck this. I quit.
But like technically, he's in a different category than what you're saying. So I get what you're saying.
And by the way, I thought that same thing because we've done a couple of events together.
Right.
You know, he's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's a different animal.
But I've actually seen him rock a crowd without doing all that crazy shit too, and he can do
so
that.
So he knows how to read a crowd.
That's impressive, and that's another thing that we need to talk about. This new era of DJ. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's certain DJs that from back then to now that'll be like, I don't play requests. You know, you came here to see me. You're gonna fucking
right. They're not people person.
You're gonna dance to what I play. If not, fuck you.
Yeah, but
that's not my philosophy.
No,
at all.
No, you gotta read your damn crowd. You gotta adjust to the vibe.
But a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys won't adjust to the crowd.
They come with their own. They have it scripted already what they're gonna do in their mind.
Well, see, and that's even crazier.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Think about that because you have something scripted in your head on how it's supposed to go, and then when you get there, it's a completely different fucking ballgame.
Right.
And you have to pivot and adapt.
See, to me, that's DJing.
Right.
Yeah, to me, that's DJing because you go, hey, look, I'm gonna start with this, I'm gonna start with that. You end up doing a show in Texas, your playlist might not roll this.
So on the radio side, obviously, it's a different game because you don't have a crowd in front of you. You got to play the program music. But as far as in the club, what is that first club that you can remember that kind of like was like your training camp? The first one that DJ Laz, the era. Maybe tell me the era, like the club that really gave you your like that real experience. Like,
please don't say Casanova. That's too old school.
It is too old school. No, Zippers.
Okay.
My place where Scarlett's is now.
So that was your first club that really.
Listen, I can't go out.
Not first, but like the first one that you can recollect that really taught you that was your.
I can't pick one.
Gotcha.
I can't pick. There's just bro. There's 30 plus years of clubs.
You're right.
Well, not only
so let's do this.
Wait, and Chopz, I mean, I lived it watching you, and I ain't gonna lie, I carried some of the crates. By the way,
crates.
I remember
I don't know what those are. I started DJing the week Serato came out.
But wait,
Zog was like, take my leg off and hit this motherfucker right quick.
Zog was like, I got a laptop now. I don't like this shit. I'm like, that shit looks lit.
I'm gonna attempt to answer because you put him on the spot. He was bagging when it was crates. Let's go back to that. He was triple, quadruple booked in one night. So he'll do like 3 to 4 clubs in one night though. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was kind of carrying all that shit.
Yes.
Not like now. Now, by the way, my back is not mad that it's a laptop.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Back in the day, you had to carry one crate, and then you had to go through this, and your cuticles here, pop, you'd hit it on the record or the
on the covers.
On the cover, and instantly, Spider-Man, you were bleeding all over the record.
We would have way less DJs though too, because like any DJ will pick up a laptop now because it's oversaturated because it's so easy.
Right.
But if there wasn't, if you had to do the real work, we would have weeded out half these fucking DJs.
Wait, pause.
That didn't really like it for what it is. You know?
For example,
now hold on. Now Laz was fortunate because he was at a radio station, Superman. He's a Michael Jordan of the radio down here, so he would get records records for free. If you were not part of a record pool, it's $5 to $7 a single.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
you
Think
was
about
doubles
that.
and shit.
You
Yeah.
was spending
about
some
that.
fucking bread, and even then, Car Jewel Records. Again, you won't know anything about this. You're too young.
How was the transition to Serato? Were you against it at first, or did you embrace it? Or what? You're like, I ain't touching a fucking computer.
Who embraces change that quickly? Nobody.
Especially when you've been doing it that long.
And remember, when that shit first came out, it was not like it is now. Okay, when that shit first came out, you would go like this, and it would go. Ooh.
Yeah,
Or had a delay.
it was a lag and shit.
So there was none of this the way it felt on a fucking turntable. There was
So
none
I
of
can
that
see
shit.
how you can be turned off by that
Oh, I
because
was
you hit it
completely
and it ain't
turned
on
off.
beat. I got you.
So let's do top 5. What you can.
guy with the top 5.
Bro, fine. Top 4.
Top 3,
Top 4 club eras for you. Your top 5. Let's do top 5 clubs, man, that you can remember.
That's a good question.
Okay.
Scar. I mean, I'm sure Zippers is one.
Zippers is definitely
Come on,
one.
man.
Uptown is another one.
That was Broward
Where was
Club.
that?
Ricketts.
You don't know about that?
Hold on, bro. Like, you gotta tell me about these clubs, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Listen.
Where did you grow up, man?
I was born in 1988, Pop.
Oh my
Like,
God!
and
I
you
was
didn't know
already
about
on the
Uptown?
radio. Yo, pick this
I
motherfucker.
am. I'm gonna throw something at him. Hold up. Okay, but real quick. Uptown was on Broward Boulevard on 441. Like, right?
Yes, Uptown was on 441.
And it was the biggest teen night ever. And let me tell you,
Was
I
that
was in
called
high school.
Congos back then?
No. Congos was across the way.
Yeah.
That was the first club I ever went to.
General vicinity, but no.
Okay.
So wait a minute,
So-
Congo was older. So you had to know about Uptowns.
No, bro. No, bro. Okay, so Zippers, Uptowns were the other next 3.
Okay.
Crickets. Crickets was in Coral Springs.
Yep.
Okay.
Really?
Ready? Crickets.
Crocodiles.
Tuesday night in St. Gloria Velez. You know Gloria?
Yes.
Now they're like,
Even the producer was like, yeah.
Gloria Velez was a Crickets girl.
Because she was from Boca or
People
whatever.
went to Coral Springs? Oh, you got the Boca crowd, got you.
Well, it wasn't just fucking Boca
Wasn't
crowd.
Boca
Coral
people from
Springs
Miami
people
came
went.
through.
Oh yeah, that shit was so hot that it was just people wanted to go. So I said Crickets, Uptown, Zippers for sure. Zippers was a game changer.
Okay, but I want to talk about Zippers, but name the other 2 clubs real quick.
Backstreets and Pete and Lenny's. Again, put it this way: Backstreets Revolution Live used to be Backstreets back in the day.
Wow.
And it used to be Confettis, and it used to be
No, Confettis was where Pete and Lenny's is. Again,
shit, that's right.
I hope there's some older generation people watching this shit right now because
They're like, yeah.
because the kids are like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but it's kind of funny.
So is it, because I've heard that there was a point where Fort Lauderdale was more popular than Miami.
100%.
Yep.
But listen, Fort Lauderdale Beach, okay? Fort Lauderdale Beach, where the elbow room and all that shit was, okay? Or is. That used to be a 2-lane highway.
Back and forth.
Okay, back and forth.
A1A?
Yeah, now it's more
Used to-
wet.
Used to be a 2-lane highway.
Yep.
Or street, I should say. And spring break.
Oh my God. Bro, let me tell you something. Can I tell them something?
Go.
The sand, now they got a sidewalk with the colors and you could only go north. You drive north, then you got to do the whole circle. Well, back in the days, like he was saying, was both north and south. You drive. Now the sand was on this, there was no sidewalk. So the sand would go onto the street. So the girls, instead of laying close to the shore, they would lay close to the street because everybody with a lowrider had loud music and water guns. It was a
Definitely
vibe.
sounds dangerous at this point.
Hey,
This sounds like a lawsuit right now.
but it was like that song of the Will Smith, 2 miles an hour, so everybody sees you. Slow roll, bass in your car, girls laying on the side of the road, but on the sand.
And guess what happened?
What?
When Fort Lauderdale had enough of the spring break crowd,
It was loose.
okay, when they had enough,
Loose.
they said, oh, this shit ends right now. Watch this. They implemented a rule, a cruise rule. If your car was seen going north, and then your car was seen going south, you went to jail.
Because
You went to jail, and your car got towed and impounded.
So people used to just do that, circle the block.
100%, because everything you wanted was right there. All the hot chicks, everything was right there.
Bro, they would jump in your car.
Oh, yeah.
It was water guns, and it was a vibe.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you something. And then you can't play loud music. You get a citation
They
for
started-
noise pollution.
Was it residential there? Because now you can't do it because it's residential.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, there was some, but it wasn't like the way it is now.
Yeah.
But they wanted to get rid of that fucking crowd.
Yeah.
They said, no more, this is bullshit. Watch this.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And they shut that bitch down. They made it, in 1 year, spring break went, done.
It's crazy because it seems like we're going through that right now in South Beach. They're trying to find a way to. How do you feel about that whole shit? Because it was never like that, right?
Dude,
like you got to find.
That's the Wild West, right?
Listen,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I tell people, hey, you want to come to Miami and have a good time? Fucking by all means, come and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna come here and disrespect and be stupid, then you deserve what the fuck you get.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
The problem is you can no longer be real these days because you get called different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be real. So at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. You're black, you're white, you're green, you're yellow, you're fucking purple, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
You want to come to Miami because we have a beautiful place?
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck. Doors are wide open. You want to come here and act a fucking donkey
Yeah.
and be a fucking idiot? Well,
Right.
then, buddy, you're going to get what you got coming to you. It just is what it is.
So if Laz is the mayor of South Beach, what do you try to do? Because
Yeah,
they're talking
I
about
wanna hear this.
they're
It's
talking
crazy.
about taking away the clubs on Washington Avenue. They're talking about
Laz wouldn't take that job.
yeah.
Straight up.
Damn, that's
Anybody
It's a
who's
tough
in
problem.
that position, anybody who's put in that position in this day and age,
Yeah.
is just gonna have. It's not worth. I don't care how much money, and they don't get paid a lot, but I don't care how much. It's not worth the fucking headache.
Right.
It's not.
I agree with that.
It's
Right.
not. Now, what they did in Fort Lauderdale, where they fucking cranked that bitch down, they said, you go this way, you come back this way, you go to jail. See, but you can't do that in this day and age.
Well, they're shutting Ocean Drive down now. You can't go anywhere on Ocean Drive
but
now.
look at all the crazy shit that's
what
happening.
exactly. So you don't blame them.
You know what I'm saying? People have lost their fucking minds.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, the one that just happened, where homie was having lunch or something
With his daughter?
with son or
kid,
daughter, and the
yeah.
guy walked up on mushrooms and
fucking insane, bro.
shot him, and then danced over his fucking body and shot him in the head. Bro, what fucking world
Yeah,
are we living in?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because they're both were out of towners. It's like, wow.
People come here to wild and fuck out and lose their mind.
I don't
Dude,
get it.
I don't know if it's just my age or the generation that I grew up in. Oh, you go to other people, you respect other people's shit.
Right.
You go and have a good time and you
Yeah,
enjoy yourself
yeah.
and you be respectful.
Right.
real
The-
talk.
this generation, not all, don't generalize me.
Right,
because I
right.
know
No,
I'm
but that's a
gonna
fact. I'm rolling with you.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying, some of the watchers,
Yeah.
viewers, whatever
Fuck
the fuck,
them. Fuck
are gonna
them.
get.
If you're offended, leave.
No, I'm just saying, they get. I'm not generalizing, but bro, there's no respect for authority anymore.
Yeah.
Be easy, man. Be
Yeah.
easy.
No, there's no respect for authority.
Some of y'all need a hug.
I tell.
Because the narrative is that authority doesn't respect people. You get me?
And by
So
the way,
that's kind of what.
And by the way, let's talk facts here.
Right.
Yeah, there's some bad
Right.
apples.
It's not
in
the consensus. Social media makes us believe that this
That
is
it's-
the consensus.
everybody's the same.
One emotional story, and now it's happening everywhere.
Right.
You know what
Not
I'm saying?
the fucking case. Okay, I have a lot of police officer friends.
Right.
Okay, that are fucking amazing people.
Right.
Okay, that go to work and just want to come home to their fucking kids, and then on that same note, you get a fucking asshole or
Right.
two that ruin it for everybody else. You can't judge everybody
not even-
on the actions of
Not
one
even,
or
on
two
the,
people.
not even on the
Facts.
cop side. You hear one story about the little boy who died from COVID, and now it makes you emotional, and you're thinking that's the consensus that
Right.
this is happening.
Right.
But they don't tell you this was 1 in 10,000. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
But they
right.
picked
Well,
that one.
what's the fucking message? They're trying to put the fear in people. We
Right,
ain't gonna
right,
get
right.
into
We're not
that
gonna get into
conversation.
that.
But
Flag on the plate.
Yeah,
people,
that's it.
people,
Right, right,
do your
right.
research. That's all.
But Laz, like your hustle has always been, like
Work hard.
My question for you is, what instilled that in you? Was it your father? Did you have what gave you that let's
I
get
know
it?
this story. I love him saying
Like,
all the
let's
time.
get it.
Tell him.
I got him, dude. A bunch. Number one, yes, my father got here
Yeah.
from Cuba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was he like cracking the whip? Like, let's go, like that? Like on you?
Well, I wasn't even born.
Right.
When they got here from Cuba, I was a fucking accident. I wasn't supposed to happen.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, we got freedom.
Right, right.
Talkie. You know what I'm saying? And then, here I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I like his inspiration. It was your brother.
No, 100%. But let me just start with Dad.
Yeah.
Dad got here from Cuba and said, wait, I can have 3 jobs?
It was a privilege to have 3
I
jobs.
can have 3 jobs and I can keep money from all 3 and I can actually own something because in Cuba, when they were on the come up and the fucking whole Castro thing happened,
Yeah.
all that shit,
Yeah, the revolution
Yeah.
took everything
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
gone.
How were they able to leave? How were they able to get here?
On a flight that basically when they got there, my mom and him and because I was the only one that was born here out of my siblings, got to the plane and the guy said, "You're leaving Cuba?" In Spanish. See, if you leave, you can never come back.
Which is the same story with my family.
Okay, you can never come back. And they go, We don't want to come back
but
like
Casey,
this.
when you leave, just to give you think about everything you own and everything you have. You're leaving your car, your house, anything you own, and they tell you, hey, look, once you flex, like how they tell, we own everything. Just let you know.
We know. You got that shit wrong. It's not once you flex. Right now, somebody coming into your place right now, knocking on your door and saying, get out, this is mine. What the fuck would you tell them?
Fact.
What would you tell them?
Yeah, the revolution was crazy. So that's what happened to my family.
You'd be like, yeah, you're fucking mine.
Yeah.
Well, bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
Jail. You own nothing. So when they were getting on that flight, the guy told them, you're leaving? Okay. Think whatever jewelry my mom had on, my dad had on, everything. They left with the clothes on their back. Bags, everything right there at the fucking gate.
That story I could share with him.
So Pop gets here, they tell him he could have 3 jobs.
No, they didn't tell him anything. He figured out where I could work and keep my money.
Right.
Mind you, he don't speak English.
My dad, and this is the Cuban hustle mentality. My dad went out and got 3 jobs. He worked at the fucking Marriott. You know he worked at the airport. The trucks that service the airplanes. He got a job there servicing the fucking airplanes. Then after that, he would go bartend. What else did he do? I mean, that motherfucker did it all.
Right.
He had his little side hustle, which like before the lottery existed, they called them los numeritos, the numbers.
La bolita.
And he would do that
Right,
on the
pour
side.
shots.
Yeah, that'd be fucking epic.
Yo, so wait, shout out to the old man, bro.
Oh, for sure.
The old man.
My old man, 90 years old now, still alive, thank God.
Oh, shit. Let me get that.
My mother is 87, has full-blown Alzheimer's, dementia. It's the worst disease on the planet to watch somebody go through. But my dad just owning his home that he bought for $17,000.
Where at?
Okay, in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
And I grew up when my parents split. I was Hollywood, and then I would go spend the weekends with Dad in Miami.
Yeah, Ryan, you could put ice, by the way.
But remember,
Sito, you want to get the ice, bro? Yo, this ain't to corporate shit, bro. You can just walk right now. But Laz, 80% of jocks, they're doing their shift and they're going home. You do your shift and now the real work starts.
100%.
What made you want to get it?
But bro, I wasn't supposed to walk.
Right.
I was supposed to lay flat in the bed my entire life. So when that shit happened,
I gotta rewind a little bit. Y'all jumping off topic. He asked you what inspired you. Go to your brother.
Oh no, 100%.
You gotta do that.
So we're at my dad coming and getting a job. My brother, we're talking about Fort Lauderdale Beach. My brother was a DJ, right? He had a crew called Ultra Rays DJs. Never forget it. Circus Playhouse on 441, right across the street from the Fashion Center was where we used to battle DJs. Wow. We won for like 3 months. Okay? 3 months over there. Until all the DJ crews got together and everybody brought all their speakers together. And one day we show up on a Friday night, and when we get there, there's a wall of fucking speakers. We're like, oh, this could be a problem.
Yeah.
But I would watch my brother DJ parties, and again, I'm going to weave in and out of this because I had 17 surgeries. Right. I wasn't supposed to walk. They told my mom he will never walk. He will lie flat on a bed his entire life. He won't be able to sit up, stand up, none of that shit. So we're not going to get into religious. You can get my book when it comes out. But here I am. I have an opportunity.
But what was the vision? Because the vision was there weren't big DJs at the time, so it's not like I want to be like this big DJ.
No.
So what were you going for?
My brother was a fucking DJ, but my brother was very complacent. He didn't want that next step. My brother was.
But was there a next step at that time? Is what I'm saying. Like who?
For me, my next step was okay, I'm helping my brother DJ parties, and I remember the day that I said, "Oof, this is what the fuck I want to do."
But tell him that.
I remember my brother's DJing a party. He's meeting girls, playing music. At the end of the night, somebody comes up and pays him. I go,
right.
I just found what the fuck I want to do. So I said, boom, I'm going to start DJing parties. So I started DJing parties, and then I want to make my own records. I always had that hustle mentality, sort of like you.
Right.
It's that hustle mentality where this is not enough. I want this, and then I want this, and then I want this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that shit came like through my blood.
Yeah.
And every time I set a goal, I fucking accomplished it. And that's what I tell people now. Listen, set goals.
Right.
Set goals in there. And by the way, everybody falls short and cool. Dust yourself the fuck off, get up and do it again.
Right.
I gotta stop everything real quick because I gotta educate some of your listeners might not know. In Cuban heritage, we have saints. You know what I'm saying?
Lazaro.
So right here, see this piece right here?
Right.
See, he has crutches. Right here.
And dogs.
And dogs. You can zoom
Licking
in on
the
this.
wounds.
You can zoom in on this. This is San Lazaro, Saint Lazaro.
That's why my mom named me Lazaro.
Because he has crutches, so they didn't think he was gonna walk again. So she prayed.
No, forget again. They said never. He will never walk.
Yeah.
So she prayed and goes, yo,
Right.
I'm gonna name him after him.
Yeah.
And that's why he rocks that. Like there's a story. A lot of people don't know about that.
For sure.
Oh, by the way, I've heard every story about me as far as why does Laz walk? You know, his fuck.
I heard him too.
He was a gang member.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the hip.
He got stabbed.
Yeah.
What else did I hear?
I've heard a lot of them too. I like my friends goes, wait, his record, because when the records that I release are like, hey, what's that label? Limp a Lot Records. I'm like, yeah, that's Laz's. He goes, so the pimp with limp, that's funny. And then when they see him walk, goes,
they think it's a joke, by the way.
They think it's a joke.
People always thought it was just a gimmick name, and then until they see me walk, they go,
yeah.
Oh shit, you?
See, even the producers, like I thought that was.
Look, I'll tell you this. They can hear me. So we were 18 years old, and we felt like stars going to bongos. You used to
man.
Casey,
That was an era too.
Bongos is another one. That was a lick. That's why I can't remember all of them.
You know what I'm saying? You get Casey a spot at bongos, right? So me and all the homies that we all went to high school together, we get to go down to the AAA and go to bongos. Now we got a fucking section. Our boy's DJing. He's going on right before Laz, and like we out here acting like them dudes.
We them dudes.
With them dudes. Laz comes out limping. You're like, wait a minute.
By the way, I can't tell you how many people I have fucked up with that just coming out and they're like, but one thing, and you know who actually hit this one on the head? Pitt. Pitt will tell you this. He said, dude, hang out with Laz for 5 minutes. You'll forget that motherfucker has a limp.
100%.
Oh,
hang out for 5 minutes. You'll forget.
I'll never forget. I have a story. You just reminded me of a story. We're fucking at the radio station, right? And this motherfucker pissed me off, right? So I think I was saying some shit back to him, like talking some shit.
Yeah.
Bro, knowing in my back of my mind, this motherfucker can't catch me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm there like, bro.
What if he does?
Yo, I said something, bro. He went 62, and I'm like, yo, this motherfucker can run.
He downshifted on you?
Plot twist, he can run. Yeah. Like, like it was like a limp run. I've never seen it was like a lun.
It's a slide.
He said it's a lun. Yeah, I was like,
it's a lun. I never heard that.
I'm here this whole time, like I could get away from him.
Hey, but you know, it's funny. Great story, by the way.
That's funny.
But it's like you said, I put him on, coming on before me. You guys are them boys. That's our job. Somebody put me on.
See,
you know what I'm saying? Somebody put me on.
Yeah,
my brother and a guy by the name of Bob Rosenberg. Okay,
Right.
Bob Rosenberg, Hot 105.
Yeah.
He went on to create this group called Will to Power. He was one of the mixing DJs. Hot 105. I'm talking 86. You weren't even around here. You're still swimming in your dad's nutsack.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Think about this. So somebody gave me the opportunity. So why wouldn't I give somebody else the opportunity? I've let this hand out to a ton of fuckers.
I mean,
over the years.
I'm not gonna say made, but you're I would say, like Pitt, like hello,
Definitely.
you're big.
Listen.
You're big in his career. You gave. If it wasn't for you, who knows what would have happened?
No, listen. He was a star no matter what.
Right.
He was a star no matter what. Might have taken a little longer.
Right. You gave him the launch pad.
Definitely gave him the launch pad. And let me tell you something. We've been family ever since.
Right.
And to this day, I was with him last night. This motherfucker don't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can you talk about it? By the way, there's so much shit I want to get to, Laz. I don't want to. We're gonna be here for like 5 hours if I don't derail. Like,
you want food? We got craft service. What?
So this might be a 2-part, but talk about Pitt, bro. Like, just his story, man. Like,
hardest working motherfucker I've ever dealt with. As
and
far
you're the
as
hardest hard-working motherfucker that I've ever dealt with. So if you saying that.
Well, listen, it's simple. Uncle Luke, shout out to Uncle Luke, calls me one day and he says, yo, Laz, hey, I got this little light-skinned Cuban, light-eyed Chico that I need you to meet. He's a star. I said, shit, bring him to the station. So we set it up, boom, shows up to the station. And there was something about Pitt instantly. he had that it factor. I don't know if people still say that, but as far as a term, the it factor, he had that it factor without a doubt. He walked into a room and he commanded attention. Okay? And not everybody possesses that. So that's a quality that you got to recognize. So introduces me to him. We start shooting the shit, blah, blah, blah. We exchange numbers. And I say to him, hey, you know, keep bringing me records and let's see which one pops. And this motherfucker brought me a ton of records. Okay, when I tell you a ton. And every time he would bring me a record, I'd be like,
Not the one.
that's not the one.
Right.
He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's not the one.
That shit's fire.
I said,
Yeah.
that's
I
not
felt
the
that
one.
way too.
I said,
but my
trust
shit-
me. I said, I'm going to tell you. I'm as honest as they come with the music game because I know what it takes to play and I know what it takes to make them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to, I'd be wasting your time and doing you an injustice if I just sat there and be like, yo, your record's the shit and didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
That'd be my bad. So he'd bring me songs. And then one day he brings me Oye. Not Oye Loca. No.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Exactly.
Miami is a major issue.
Okay, well, so he brings me Oye.
Oh yeah, my man. That was
And I tell him, ooh, yo,
there's something here.
there's something here. This ain't gonna be your big, you know,
Are you doing mornings or afternoons at this time?
afternoons.
Okay.
I was doing afternoons. And I remember brings me the song and I said, oh, I gotta play this fucking record. So I was always the rebel. I always went against the grain. I'm a people person. So
Well, not only that, you're from an era where you break records.
well, but right, it was
right.
different, but
You had the green light at that
no,
time?
hell no.
No,
I got in so much shit for playing those records, and look at the global superstar he became.
Right.
Okay, but so much shit.
Yeah.
And it's a control thing. It's you know PDs and people just wanting the control. So what happens? I play this record, Oye. Every fucking phone line
lit up. Yeah.
lit up. Laz, what the fuck is that? Who's that? Who's that? Oh, all right, play it again. What did I do? Played it again.
Because Miami has never seen a Cuban rapper like it. It identified with the Latins here.
And he was identifying on, you know, what's the fucking number one word or number one or two word for Cubans? Dale and Oye. Oye.
Well,
Right.
even in the hood and in the black schools I used to go to, people like they'll call me, and if they didn't
Chico.
call me Chico, they'll call me Oye, that Oye over there.
Right.
But real talk, like he would. I gotta give you light on this one, Vibes.
Okay.
The one who will break Spanglish records on some Spanish shit was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn right. He had the Mami and
Gasolina.
Negro.
Yeah.
Gasolina. And when I made, you know, Mommy Booty Shaker records, my first record, Mommy and Negro,
Was up Spanglish.
was a merengue that I decided to mix one day
With 808s.
at home with Boot the Booty from Clay D.
Right.
And it sounded so fucking good that I
Right.
could not wait to get on the radio that night and do that mix.
But here's the lick. When Pitt did Oh Yeah, My Man, it was like, in my opinion, because I heard it too, because Pitt and I are on the same vibe, like as far as age and growing up listening to him, it kind of like, in my head, now I don't know what, you know, maybe Pitt has his own story, but to me it was like an honor to him because it was like, yo, that's the new.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the new
He
of what he started, yeah.
He did his thing without,
And he killed it.
and still to this day,
Right.
he works like he's broke.
Yeah.
Right.
Multi, and he works like he's
And
broke.
one-
That's the kind of work ethic that we need to instill in people now,
Yeah.
and let them know that this shit don't happen overnight.
Yeah.
And what I like about Pitt too, you know what I'm saying, from afar, just seeing the vibe and everything, is that he respects the loyalty that he never forgets. Like, yo, you was real with me, I'm gonna be real
That's,
with you.
that's the
Right.
realest motherfucker on the planet.
I respect that. That's
Realest motherfucker on the planet.
I want to talk about like the Miami bass like booty era.
Okay.
And what's the first time that you heard a Miami bass like that sound like that like what is this? This
That's
is
hard to ask because he
Yeah.
freaking made it. Didn't you like?
This is
No,
different.
no, because Too Live.
Okay.
Too Live, you know, Throw the D.
Were
shit
you
like that.
going into the hood spots to kind of check this out and then saying to yourself, wait, I could do like a Spanish vibe to this and a
At
track?
the beginning, the Spanish vibe didn't even come to me. When I was just mixing these records, this is before I ever said, man, I want to fuck with this and make my own shit.
Did you ever go to like the hood spots and
Sure.
kind of see it, like
Sure.
how
I got a
how it
question.
worked?
You went up. Did you go to any of the Pac Jam parties with DJ Chico and them?
Like Uncle Al, like you were like in Liberty City and shit. Were you doing that?
No, because
really?
there was two.
It wasn't my go-to spot every weekend, but that I go and be like, God damn, yo, this shit's popping. I mean, this shit's damn.
And were you always getting? Did you get respect from them? Like you were on the radio. Like what was it? Like
you know what?
Uncle Luke in the urban.
Thank God I never had beef like that. Or he's a Chico, he ain't black.
Right.
I played fucking music that people enjoyed. I don't give a fuck what color you were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So no, thank God.
Right.
At least to my knowledge. I never had
You know, now that I think about it, I mean, you had Jam Pony DJs from Fort Lauderdale.
Sure.
You had Ghetto Style DJs, which was Luke and them in Miami. You know, you had Sugar Hill Gang,
When
which
they used
was
to come out with
Count
wolves.
City.
Wolves.
And the thing was, the beef wasn't like personal beef. It was like who had more bass, who had more cabinets.
And,
Right.
and that I did not have. I never had
That's what I'm saying.
27 cabinets and shit like that.
Wait,
No.
the point of my thing, you weren't part of any of those crews. You weren't part of a DJ crew. You were always DJ Laz.
Well, I wasn't always DJ Laz. When I started, I was Lazaro Mendez.
Wow.
Right, but you saw like Uncle Luke, Uncle Al,
100%.
and what they're doing over here, and you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me take what they're doing here and put a Spanish.
I was playing some of those records where I was because they were so fucking hot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit. And I remember the day when, again, this is fucking pins in my knees, sitting at home, not being able to do what other kids do. I was probably, you know,
And this is
I don't even remember the fucking age, dog. But I know I'm home, and my mother came home, and I won't forget this. My mother came home, and she came home and say some shit in Spanish. Lazarito, para con el chiqui, que vas a romper el disco. Stop with the chiqui, you're gonna break the fucking record.
yeah.
Okay? And I remember that shit vividly. I was in the Florida room and just fucking mommy and mommy. And she's like, oh my fucking God. Until the day I showed up with a brand new car with a bow on that bitch. And she said, chiqui. And I said, yeah. And she goes, got it?
She's
Keep going.
chicken, bring the checky. You know what I'm saying?
So when you get your first, you know, you say you want to produce these records and make records, you get your first, you start with the SP 1200?
I linked up, ready? This goes full circle.
Right.
Okay? Danny D. Boom, I Got Your Girlfriend with DJ Wiz.
Wow.
Danny D gets to me from West Palm and he brings me a cassette. A cassette.
This is late 80s, early 90s, what?
I don't remember the year,
Okay,
but yes,
okay.
let's just say that.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna say late 80s. Because
This is before Uncle Luke and the Booty era, or is this during it? What is it?
During it.
Okay,
Everything was together.
Okay.
So he brings me a cassette. I'm already on the radio. I started Hot 105 when I was 14. It was 86, some shit like that. So I'm already Lazaro Mendez playing all these records on the fucking air. So people were getting at me saying, yo, can you do this? Can you play this? Can you play this? Can you play this? So he shows up and he brings me a cassette.
we're talking about Danny D.
With Boom, I Got Your Girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I heard the record and I said, oh, this fucking record's a smash. And I'm trying to think, how can I play this off a fucking cassette?
Oh, because he didn't give you a vinyl.
There was no vinyl. He didn't bring me a vinyl. He brought me a cassette. This is straight from the studio. He didn't press the record, he did
Right.
nothing. So I bring my cassette deck from home. I plug it in with 2 RCAs to a fucking realistic mixer.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I play Boom, I Got Your Girlfriend
From the tape.
from the cassette. And people lost their shit. So Danny hits me. He's like, yo, people are going, they're calling me, they're going crazy, blah, blah, blah. You know, the fucking phone that came in a box and you had to pick it out like this. And he tells me, man, I can't thank you enough. I said, you ain't got to thank me. He said, we're going to work together. We're going to work together. So record takes off. He gets a record deal off of this.
Wow.
Okay, he gets a record deal. So when it was, now my wheels are turning, who the fuck am I going to go to help me make this record? I said,
Because
shit.
after you broke that record, you're like, I want to do this now.
Right.
Okay.
And then now is when I wanted to do, fuck, nobody's done this Spanish thing yet. Nobody's doing.
But did you even know the production process? Like how that shit worked
Not
out?
at all. I learned the SP 1200 through Danny D.
But you had the idea of what kind of
I
music
had-
you wanted to make before you even knew.
I had a brain that got creative and had a booty record on the left and a merengue record on the right, and I went like this and that shit mixed.
Make this work. Yeah.
And that's
Make it
how.
work.
So I called Danny. Danny comes to the crib, and I tell him, yo, I have this idea. I want to make a record with this as the hook. And he's like,
What as the hook?
mommy, and then,
Okay.
So he's like, all right, fuck it, let's fuck with it. So that's when I learned the SP1200 with him. He taught me everything on the SP1200.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we make this record. And then again, the creative juices, the Un Americano, the beginning of the record, que va una fiesta de cubano, y no sabe, whatever. That's a fucking Cuban comedian called Abba Hede.
Yeah, it's
Was he in the video?
No. That was just an actor.
Somebody did the lip, like a VO on it.
Got
Yeah.
you.
Abba Hede was a fucking G.
He was like the George Lopez of that time.
Got you.
Or the Carlos Mencia of
And I
that
got
time.
that record from my mom that had a vinyl record.
Oh, wow.
Of comedians.
Of comedians.
Yeah.
And I took it and I'm fucking with it. I'm like,
So basically, but he doesn't know what it says. He goes, the record says, an American, a white
That goes
boy,
to a Spanish party,
goes to a Cuban
No,
party.
I know. And then you did the video as the same.
Without knowing how to speak
Didn't
Spanish.
have local.
You needs to be fucking crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what the record
So,
is.
and the whole, by the way, I shopped that record to so many different labels that told me I was fucking insane, that this would never work.
Facts.
This would never work. People are not going to get it. It's a novelty. I went to New York. Here's this, Cuban kid walking
Fast
in the
tempo. I mean, I guess they're rocking the freestyle at that time.
Listen to me. I don't remember his name. I had a program director at one of the radio stations tell me that my song was too Spanish for New York. I go, I'm sorry.
Meanwhile,
What?
freestyle is
I'm like,
happening,
have
right?
you
And
looked out your window? Yeah, but it was different. It wasn't a Cynthia record. It wasn't a
TKA
something on
was-
Micmac. This was a booty record that had a merengue thing, which booty wasn't big. New Yorkers would come to Miami and be like, it's talking shit about booty records. Fuck this, and this ain't shit. And
Yeah, there was some hate.
Until a record would play and girls would lose their mind. And then they're like,
Oh
I
shit.
kind of like this booty shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now they grinding up on you and
Because
shit.
the girls are getting loose. with it.
Yeah.
100%. That's exactly what happened. But at the beginning, it was total hate from the north to the south.
Well-
that shit's whack. There's bullshit.
Well, because of those records, growing up listening to Mami and
Right.
Negro and all these other vibes that he did, Red Alert. I mean, he just went
Right.
on and on and on.
Do you?
That's what inspired. I can't speak for Pitt, but inspired me as well.
he definitely, like when
Yeah.
he redid Mami and Negro.
Oh, he did. He did.
When he redid Mami
we were
and
inspired
Negro.
by that.
But there was never really music that was that fast before. Boom, boom, boom. Who do you think gets the credit to like creating? Is it someone in Miami? Like
I would say Clay D, Beatmaster Clay D for sure. Danny D for sure with DJ Wiz.
Yep.
There's a ton.
Okay.
I can't name everybody, but there's a ton. Dynamix. There's a ton of people that are responsible
And
for
not
that sound.
and not only-
and it was basically homegrown South Florida, Palm
Right.
Beach shit.
Yeah,
Because
and-
look, it's Black Pack came from Palm Beach and they
Palm
had
Beach.
jamming.
But
Right.
not only that, like
Jam Pony.
You know how Laz was saying like, "Yo, I didn't know how to produce it, but I had the idea." A shout out to Live in Color, because I Wanna Rock was one of those explanations that he just said, that he was like, "Yo, I got an idea for this and this," and he was a dancer. He was not a producer. I'm talking about Zed from Live in Color, which was one of the original Booty Dancers crew that danced and toured with Luke and all these guys. Him too. He was
Put it on 45.
he put it on
and was a
45 and
wrap.
soda. Yeah. So that was crazy.
But yes, I mean, listen, a lot
and
of
it
the
just
guys.
never broke out. It just never. I mean, you got it popping in Texas a little bit, right? Like
Texas and
Yeah.
Cali. Listen, I was all bullshit aside. I was in Texas probably more than I was in Miami at a certain
But
point in my
I
time.
gotta throw a flag on the play. You said Texas a little bit. I experienced it. Can I toot your horn? He goes to me one day. He goes, "Sito, man, you know all my records you grew up, listening to. I thank you.
Come on the road.
Come on the road, because I need a hype man.
Be the hype man.
And you know all the ad libs. You know everything. You know my records. Come on the road with me." And like I told you before in this interview, the first big stage I ever rocked with a real big crowd was with him. We went to Texas, and it was like he's like the Beatles. People at the airport with pictures, signing autographs. It was crazy.
I remember
But
telling.
why nowhere else? You get me? Like
Well,
that's why I think like just what is it about the Texas market that just maybe
They love Miami,
Mexican,
bro.
They embraced-
Spanish, Mexican, they had a little.
Listen, they embraced the music without a doubt. Cali, certain pockets in Cali,
Yeah,
not
100%.
every part in Cali,
Right.
but certain pockets in Cali embraced the music. And once, even if you didn't understand it, Even if you didn't understand the
You
words
like the
that were
vibe.
coming, you just like, oh shit.
But he goes to me,
this
Sito.
shit's kind of jamming.
He goes, Sito, you've done parties with me in Miami. We get it popping. We get crazy. We get loose. It's a hype. You know, the crowd's wild. But yo, this is your first time in Texas. Get ready. Like your mindset. You're gonna. It's a different animal.
By the way, same speech I gave Pitt.
Yeah.
I said, listen, don't worry about Miami.
Yeah.
This when his album was getting ready to drop. I said, don't worry about Miami right now.
I heard you say this to him.
Watch what happens when you go to Texas.
You said this to us when we were on tour in Nicaragua. I remember that.
Which I can't go back to.
We can't go back to. We got in trouble because of him.
Yeah. Bro, I'll never forget when I was young, bro. Pines Ice Arena.
Wow.
And it was yo, listen, they had booty night at the arena, bro.
Wow.
And it was something when you were young, bro, like 12, 13 years old, you're like, bro, when this music comes on, you're supposed to find the girl that you think is cute and go up behind her. And if she grinds
Now
on
that's
you
called
back,
assault.
yeah. Now that's fucking 10 to 20 jail.
Damn.
That's a clip right there. But yeah,
Damn.
that's a fact, bro.
But can I tell you though? You said not why anywhere else. You know what?
Maybe the weather, maybe
no. I'll take the longevity that I've had over an overnight one-hit wonder.
like you'll take the local longevity over the national one hit. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Listen, my biggest record was Move, Shake, Drop.
Really?
Okay.
Is that a fact over Esa Morena?
Oh yeah, as far as national.
National. He's talking about national.
Got you.
Global.
Got
yes.
you.
Esa Morena is a anthem in certain pockets, especially in Miami. That record here in Miami. Shout out to Trick Dog, and Sito.
So as soon as Mami Al Negro hits, are you there like, okay, now maybe this is my sound. Let me find more merengue samples
Yeah,
you're there
100%.
just trying to blend.
Dude, 100%.
And then what, Esa Morena, like Esa Morena, like the sample comes around and you're like, oh shit, like
Dude,
this is number 2. Or this
I remember that was on album number 3 already. Was it 3 or 2?
It was 92. Was it 92?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because it was the first. By the way, what the fuck? Please put this up on the video. What was I thinking with this album cover? In cross-colored jeans and a fucking Raiders jacket going like this with Super Mario hair.
Yeah.
Can we ask you what you were thinking in the Mami El Negro video?
With the Raiders jacket.
When you're doing the thing and then you got your nose on the
Well, that's just because I love
No.
being pussy.
No, but well, you know what's funny? Because everybody affiliates me with Laz from just me being a teenager around him and still rocking out. And we're family,
Funny.
by the way.
All day.
So they all go to me and they see they're going back watching the Mami El Negro videos with Danny D and everything. And they go, wait. They sent me screenshots of Laz wearing a Raiders jacket. And I gotta ask, I never knew what the fuck to answer to anybody. Why were you wearing a Raiders jacket?
Because NWA was out
Okay,
and I thought it was fucking cool.
I figured that.
That's it.
Like, why not a UM jacket?
Like no other fucking reason.
Okay, there you go.
NWA was out. I'm like, oh shit.
So stop
I need to
asking
like
me.
sports.
Yeah.
Stop asking me, people. I get so many DMs because of that shit.
But it's just funny to see, and you know, the longevity. To me, I'll take all day over having a smash one time.
You were talking about Esa Morena.
Oh yeah, bro.
is
That's
it- is
behind
this-
me. Look at
is
me.
it- what
That
is
is a blazer with no shirt underneath, showing the hamburger meat and a fucking
Bro,
gold
you
chain.
look like a cocaine cowboy.
That's exactly what it is.
Wait, we gotta zoom in
That's
on this.
Narcos, bro. But that was the Miami Vice shit,
It
bro.
was.
Like
And
that was.
I had the ultimate Miami River cop glasses. Every cop wore these fucking glasses.
Bro, and you had a paintbrush mustache. Stop playing.
Bro.
That's crazy.
But you know what? That was the style back then.
Yeah, I
It
look at the
just-
baggy shit I was wearing, the 7XTs, you know, that were fucking down to our knees. And we
right.
look at it today like, bro, that shit was nuts.
Right.
This
This was
fool had the
crazy.
Z Cavaricis with the 3 belts. Stop playing.
It was bad.
Crazy,
I
right?
did. You don't know what a Z Cavarici is, do you?
I don't even know.
With the shoes with
That
the-
sounds like Japanese to me.
The
I don't-
shoes with the pointed tips. Stop playing.
You don't know nothing about
He don't know
crayons.
nothing.
Come on now.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. I don't-
They were called crayons and Z
Wow.
Cavaricis.
Edwin jeans.
Like, you're gonna have to Google this shit and put it up on the screen so
Yeah.
people can see. What
Damn.
the fuck were we thinking?
Yeah.
But it was the cool shit back then.
It was.
It was the cool shit.
So, like the club era in the '90s, you know,
Okay.
you're popping. You got Esa Morena out, and what's that like for you? Was it ever a conflict with radio? Were you ever like, man, maybe I need to stop radio, or was it?
You know what? The only person it was a conflict for was the bigger my career got. You know, the more hate I got from
Like
from
the
radio.
player
Right.
outgrew the coaches, and the coaches are mad that they're not the player.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. But you know what? Even to this day, I don't let that negative shit affect me, dog.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, and you know, I get to do some amazing motivational speaking. Clearly, I don't talk, fuck on these things. But when I do these motivational speeches and I tell people, I said, do you think I care what an internet gangster says hiding behind a computer screen? Of
course.
I said, I wasn't supposed to walk.
Yeah.
Bitch, I already won.
You already won. You're 100. That's it.
Done.
You don't gotta say nothing else.
Well, what do you tell those kids? Because I feel like this generation is, and you tell me. I mean, maybe you have examples like with your son. It seems are they this generation is. I don't want to say the word soft, but like they're easily offended because they have so much criticism coming at them through social media. You know what I mean? Like you have that thick skin. This generation doesn't have that thick skin.
And that's a problem.
So what do you tell people like?
Well, I tell people, number one, you better grow some fucking thick skin real quick.
Right. There's no other way than tough love. Like, bro, man up. Like, there's no other way. You can't.
Listen, I would not be where I'm at if I let every fucking negative comment that was ever said about me affect me.
Right.
I wouldn't be where I'm at. Now, double-edged sword. Ready? I didn't have to deal growing up with
the judgment.
The judgment.
Right. Like, could you imagine if social media existed?
I didn't have to deal with that, so I understand. If I had a problem with somebody, it was meet me by the bike rack.
Right.
Pop, 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 and it was over.
Damn.
Right.
And either you whoop my ass or I whooped your ass, and the next day it was over.
Facts.
Right.
Now these kids don't think like that.
Right.
Now it's, first of all, they ain't no meet me by the bike rack.
Nope.
It's.
But I feel no. But I feel like you're able to, the kids now, they're so, and listen, mental health is very important.
It is.
It's very important, but I feel like these kids can use that so easily now as a scapegoat. When there's a lot of things that, bro, just man up, man the fuck up. But if they tell them, no, it's my mental health, you can't tell them that.
That comment right there alone, that man the fuck up, that comment alone will get you in shit.
Exactly.
In the world that we live in today.
When that's required, because it's like men are getting soft, right? It feels like the women are becoming more like men.
Listen, the women have always been stronger than men. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real about something. Yeah. Listen, we're fucking.
Yeah.
Women are fucking the backbone. It is what it is. And ladies, I'm giving you your props because you deserve it. Okay? You know, multitask and handle shit. I get it. But I can't speak for every kid out there. All I can do is handle mine. And I think that's the biggest problem with today. A lot of people don't handle their own fucking kids.
Right.
That's a fact.
Look at the problem that we got.
Another thing I want to say that I got from you and just, from like the 5 years I worked with you on the morning show, and I exhibit this behavior because I got it from you, is the way you cater to women. Like the way Mama, I got it. Like, yo, here's the check here. Here's this. And it really instilled that in me to where, like, I like the women I'm around to breathe easy. Like, you're a provider in all sense. Maybe it's that Cuban machismo. Like, people would say Cuban machismo as like a negative thing, but to me, it's not toxic because you've always been the person to, whether it's your co-host, any woman in the room, you make sure they're good. You know what I mean? Like,
it's being a gentleman.
Right.
Being a gentleman.
And that doesn't exist anymore.
But and he has 2 older sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody.
But even if I'm going to dinner with someone who I'm not like romantically talking to, it could be I'm still gonna pay for your food because that's what Laz would do.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't
that goes from homegrown behavior.
By the way, you hit it right 100%. Whether it was a smashing situation or a business situation
it's just
or
right
whatever, the way I was brought up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't believe in that the woman pays 50% of the bill.
Right.
I'm old school. Call it whatever you want. I'm old school.
But Laz, it's homegrown
No, but that's what we're missing, bro. Like, how do you agree? How do you pass that down? What do you say to your son? Like, are you trying to because those values are being fought right now.
Well,
so
Laz, would you call it chivalry? Like, is it?
I don't need, me personally, I don't need to tell him.
Because he sees,
he's seen it for 16 years.
Yeah, facts. And you know what?
And he knows.
Well, look. Can I real quick on that topic? We went to Bimini a couple weeks ago, whatever, and I seen his son because he's older. By the way, he's like 6. How tall is he now?
He's Chopz' size.
How tall are you, brother?
Yeah, 6'3",
Well, he's that, and how old is he?
16.
16 years old.
Looks just like the neighbor. So thanks, Bill.
Damn it, man. So real quick, we're out there, and he goes, "Dad, can I bring my girlfriend or whatever, this and that?" And it's like, in my job, I went to his first birthday. We're family, so I went. I was there. So to see this 6'3", 16 years old little girlfriend, I'm like, oh, what's going on? And he's a gentleman.
Yeah, I'd love to see how he
buddy,
like
he's a
moves with her.
gentleman.
You
He's a
have
gentleman,
to
brother.
instill that at home.
Yes. It's
You
homegrown
cannot
behavior.
let the streets raise your kids because you're going to have a different outcome.
Yo, it starts at the crib, and
It starts at home.
Google or YouTube
Starts at
Denzel
home.
Washington and his little quotes. It starts at
You've
the crib.
always been one of the most chivalrous, like male figures like that. That's and that's
Thank
where
you.
I get it from. You know what I mean? Like that's
But I
that's
just
not
think
cool anymore. And
I can't speak for the new generation.
right.
I'm not in that world.
right.
I'm not in that world. I can speak for me and my family.
Yeah.
To me, a man is the provider and is the one that's always supposed to handle shit.
I agree with you. So let me tell you what I'm dealing
old
with.
school.
Let me tell you what I'm dealing with in my search for, because I want to start a family soon. I want to have kids.
Okay.
And I say this as a joke, being a little trolly, but it's like I don't. It's almost like I don't want a woman with a career, because it's like this generation, everybody's too busy for each other. Because women they're raised now to be, they gotta never depend on a man, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it's no one wants to submit to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have always been like, from what I've seen, it's like you want to deal with me, whether it's with your wife. Like, come into my world, and I'm gonna make sure you're good. Come into my world.
It's a give and take.
Right. So, ladies, don't get mad at Casey. Just hear
give and
him
take.
out. Hear him out.
It's a give and take. It's a give and take. You have to, apply yourself in a certain way. And you got to listen. Our problem is, as men, we don't fucking listen.
Right.
We don't.
Right.
So we can get a lot further with our women if we just fucking listened a little
The
more.
producer's cracking up.
Laz, it's like
truth.
the past couple women I've
You
dealt
need to
with.
turn the fucking air on in
Yeah,
this
relax
bitch.
your-
Damn.
The past couple women I've dealt with, it's like, I'm working, I'm free. It's Sunday. I'm free Thursday. I'm on mine. I'm like, all right, cool, But how do you get to know somebody when you can only see them once or twice a week because they're too busy? I'm working,
Well,
seven parties a week.
I feel you, Coach. So can I be real with this vibe? Because
Great.
it's a great question. So I have a great woman, by the way. Shout out Rosie, I love you, girl. We're about to have a little baby boy. So on the real talk, she's a go getter. She's very she's alpha, very alpha female. I love that, and it's kind of like I'm on the opposite spectrum of you. I love a woman who could get her shit and has her shit, but she also loves shivering. I open the door for her.
She'll submit to you.
Yes. So she's about like, no, I'm about my stuff. I don't need no man. And by the way, she owns her own home. She has she does her thing. But at the same time, she still lets me know, like, I need you to be there for me too.
Right.
So and real fact. So. It's about balance, like how Laz was saying. You got to find that balance.
Because what women will say is that if I let you pay for everything, because I want to be the person to pay for things, and because 50-50 doesn't have to be monetarily. I could bring the money, you could bring other things, and I look at it as equal. You know what I'm saying? But women will say no, but then the man gets controlling, and if he pays the whole rent, he'll hold that over my head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm glad I'm not in that world right now.
Casey
You know what
needs
I'm saying? Like,
he needs a
that
hug,
dating world
ladies.
that you had to. I think that's a little girl mentality, not a woman mentality.
There you
Okay.
go.
That's all.
There you
Okay.
go.
That's all. And
There you
again,
go.
I cannot speak for everybody. Everybody, different strokes for different folks.
I like that.
It is what
I
it
like
is.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
You know
shout
what I'm
out to all the women out there.
It's just interesting because like you're the polar opposite of what's getting, like your
Thank
values
God.
as a man are the polar opposite of it would be considered toxic
Well, you're
today.
hitting on that. Man,
Right.
that's all.
Well, you know what? On real talk, there's
That's all.
things in my, and I can only speak for my relationship. There's things in my relationship that I can't handle, but she could. You feel
Right.
me? Like 100%. Like I depend on her for certain things, and I'm like,
Right.
girl, I'm glad you're in my life.
And by the way, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
To be a little vulnerable and express yourself
100.
to your lady.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong
And
with
you know
that.
what?
When did you? Because it's funny because I look at I compare my timeline to you a lot. I'm like, damn, I already passed the age of when my dad had me. Okay. So my next reference is like, okay, I think Laz had his first kid in his mid-30s, so I'm still good. Like I'm still not. Like I'm still not. Like
I love that about
you know, like.
Well,
But
when
I'll
did
be
you have
honest.
Julie?
I'll give you a better one. I'll give you a better. And by the way, I don't think I've ever said this.
Okay.
Crazy shit.
Here we go.
I was married before this marriage, which
Right.
now I'm going on 20 years.
Right.
With my wife Joey.
Amazing.
Okay.
She's awesome, by the way.
Clap for that.
I was married for 7 years prior to that.
That's when I met
with
you.
another amazing woman.
Yeah.
We just it was it was toxic. in certain things. The better my career got, the worse my relationship got.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Laz, how did you do 7-year relationship in your peak prime with all these women? Like, how did you manage that, bro?
It just is what it is.
Okay. But did you always like that comfort of a relation? Like, did you like not being single?
Yeah,
or like,
no, I don't do single well.
Got you.
I mean, I single well, but I don't do single well. That's another clip. That's another clip. But check.
Go ahead, hit him with it.
Okay.
Hit him.
So my first wife,
Okay.
beautiful woman. I married a woman who had 2 kids. Okay, which by the way,
in your situation,
check this out. I was 21 years old when I did this.
Facts.
21 years old when I did this. And this will be another clip. Any asshole with a dick can make a baby. It takes a real man to raise one. Straight the fuck up. And I came into a situation where it was, oh shit, like an Insta family.
I'm a dad, yeah.
Just add water, done.
Right.
I married a woman with 2 kids, which by the way, to this day and age, thank God, because of my current wife, that my ex-wife and I get along. She's been with her man. He just retired from the military. So John, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
But the craziest shit, I raised 2 kids that weren't mine, and I think subconsciously, my biggest fear was having my own blood kids and them coming out with fucked up legs.
Wow.
I think that
stopped you, like delayed
yes, that delayed me into my 30s, and I'm like, fuck.
And you know what, Laz?
Do I really want to do this? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what happened with moms, but maybe that shit's hereditary, and then, got another fucking pimp with the lip on. So, listen, every sonogram, every one, I would be there like, looking at the screen, I'm like, oh shit. Hey, yo, Doc, how the legs look? How the legs look?
Hey,
the legs straight? Real talk.
Hey, real talk. Like, I've never heard you say this. And my girl,
you got an exclusive, fucker.
We'll go to ultrasounds. Like, this is happening right now. So I could, what he's saying hit me like 135%. And we just recently did, like Down syndrome tests, the cleft lip and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I can relate. And you know what's crazy? I never thought of that.
But think about this.
On your shoes.
Think about this. You don't have Down syndrome, cleft lip, anything like that. I was born with a
That's what I'm
handicap.
saying. I never.
So, holy shit, which by the way, I don't call it handicap, I call it handicapable. I do everything you guys do, I just do it a little different.
Right.
That's all it is.
I never thought about it like that.
But no, real talk.
I never thought about that.
Real talk. Yeah. And I think that's what delayed me.
Got you.
For so long. And thank God the right woman. Thank God I'm not one of these guys out here with 9 kids and
right.
Because that easily mamas. That would have been a fucking issue.
Bro, it amazes me how you were able to do that. Like,
pull out game strong.
In our on
one leg.
That's real.
All type of imagery. Just one of my fucking
he gets so done. No more shots. I feel you.
Another clap.
I love you, bro.
Now we know how
you know what the good thing about hanging out with You know what the good thing about hanging out with Laz? Hey, Casey, you know what the good thing about hanging out with Laz? You get all the good parking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's fire.
By the no, for real.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm the motherfucker. And think about this shit for a second. Think about this shit. In the day and age that we live in today, right? With social media, and you don't need to go out to a club. All of a sudden, you get up on your phone and it's like, hey, you want to fuck? Sure, what? That kind of shit.
Damn,
I got DMs.
Exactly. Okay. Think about this. Think about this for a second. You ever want to go shopping during Christmas time?
And
what's the biggest fucking headache? Finding a parking spot,
especially at Ventura.
How with this motherfucker?
Did you ever milk it more than that
Never.
though? Like in line, like I can't do it, or at the airport, like I didn't give me.
Nope. I'll give you.
I'll be honest with you. He's never had. At least hanging out with me.
I had too much pride. The only reason I went out and got a handicap permit, I'll never forget the day. I was late to an event and I had to pull up in front of a club, limp, go do the break live from blah 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 blah, and come back out. When I came back out, my car was on a tow truck like this, and the cop was behind the car writing a ticket. Imagine, you're the cop. I limp over to you, and I look at him and I go, really? Like, and he goes, do you have a permit? And I said, no, sir, I don't. He goes, then yes, really.
Wow.
I must have banged this chick. She blew me something. Something happened. So that day right there is the day that I said, oof.
So it was his attitude.
I had to suck it up and go get something because I know there's somebody out there more fucked up than me. And because of that officer, that person is not going to have a parking space one day because me, which I can obviously get it.
But you didn't. You didn't have it.
I didn't want to do it because somebody.
You didn't have it, yeah.
Crazy as shit, though. Gives me the ticket.
Yeah.
I say, well, now that I get the ticket, I'm leaving the car here. He goes, if you want your car to stay here, you got to go pay the tow truck driver. I'm telling you, he had it out for me. So I go, okay, Babu, how much you put it down? He said 125. I said, here's 200. Go buy yourself dinner. Put the car down. Next day, I went and got the permit. Next day.
Wow.
Called my doctor. He's like, yeah, well, I can't believe you never had one. I'm like, never did. I told him the story. So I said,
because you don't want to feel like a victim.
Right, that's right. Because I'm not a victim.
This generation's
So
different.
what happens? We go to court.
For what?
I went to court.
Okay, gotcha.
So boom, you're the judge. Mendez versus whatever. Go stand up and I walk to the podium.
You're a real one.
Bro,
Court adjourned.
listen to me. The judge went like this. he looked back at the paper.
Wait, do that again.
He was like, he looked at me and he was like, the fuck? So then he reads, parking in a disabled spot. And
it makes sense to me.
Bro, he looks over. No shit. He looked at the cop. And he looked.
My man. Yeah.
Officer such and such. Really?
Wow.
Just like that. Just like that. And the cop said, he doesn't have a permit. I go, oh, contraire. I said, Your Honor, yes, I do.
Damn.
And he goes, he looked at the cop, then like, case dismissed, next case. Boom, out.
Jesus. So
now we get good parking cases.
Now I get great parking.
Let's go.
I risk it though.
You're
like
crazy.
if I don't have a long time to park, I'm parking in the handicap. Because I take bigger risks in life every day. And guess what? I've done it maybe 200 times. I haven't got a ticket once.
Well, you know what? After this, hit my leg. Knock on wood.
Listen, so Casey, you and everybody in Miami, damn it.
Yeah. So Laz, you've always, aside from like the music and radio, you've always had like a business acumen. You've always been like a businessman, right? Mm-hmm. So can we talk about one of your biggest investments outside of the industry that you've done on the side?
I was going to say that.
Can you talk about that? Like what your journey in real estate? Like what?
Yeah, real estate is.
What was the first house you bought, or what was the first piece of
house I bought was on Johnson Street, right
elementary school,
right behind Boulevard Heights Elementary School.
Yeah, I remember.
That's matter of fact, in that shed is where we made Esa Morena.
Bro, the shed was 2x2.
Okay, so no, but expound on just your real estate journey, like the biggest.
And by the way, I by no means take my financial advice as anything, because I've made mistakes. I've done well on other things and not done so well.
So can you tell me your biggest win and your biggest L that you took?
Sure. Biggest win is I bought a piece of property in Lake Placid, Florida. Never saw it ever. Bought it because a buddy of mine told me, "Yo, buy this because it's the last lot in this area, in this community, and it's gonna go up."
How much do you remember? Like
I bought it for $175,000 and I sold it for $620,000.
Winning.
How long? How year? Like how long was
the day?
Wow, yeah, bro.
Clap for that.
1 year flip.
Clap for
A year and a day.
By the way, people are telling me Homestead right now is the wave to do.
Well, you missed that boat.
Oh yeah, it's already too late.
You're a little late on that.
They were selling houses in Homestead for $30,000.
You're a little late on that.
But you're late on that one.
Damn, okay.
And listen, right now the real estate market here in South Florida
Stay away.
is through the roof. It's a seller's market. It's not a buyer's market.
Right.
So I remember, and this goes back to a conversation we had earlier about setting goals for yourself. Mm-hmm. I love to fish. That is my serenity. Mm-hmm. Okay, that is my disconnect. That's
our piece is expensive in what we do.
100%. So to me, I go on the boat, I fish, I clear my mind. That's just me. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a different one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I used to go to a fishing tournament in Key Largo that was at a place called Coconuts. Mm-hmm. Okay, which now is called Skippers, and I would enter this dolphin tournament every year. And I remember driving down there, towing the boat and all that stuff, and saying, man, one day I really want to buy a house here. Mm-hmm. And I put that out in the universe. Mm-hmm. I really, and I put all my efforts into one day I really want to buy a house here. I really want to buy a house here. I really want to buy a house here. 21 years later, I've owned that house there.
Is this the one with the tiki in the bag? Mm-hmm. Oh, I stayed there. It's an awesome property.
So Okay, so now biggest L. Can you remember that risk you took and you took an
it
L?
was another piece of property. I thought I was gonna, fucking strike gold again, and ended up losing $350,000.
Okay.
on a piece of property. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not how you fall; it's how you get back up. And boy, I've had some fucking falls. Is that what I'm saying?
Do you, aside from the falls, like those manifestation stories where you say, I wanted this, and then maybe 5, 10, 20 years later, it happened. Do you have any other thing that you could recollect to where like you wanted it and then it came to fruition for you? Like whether it was...
Bro, everything that I've put my mind to, I've been able to accomplish. Thank God. Everything. But it comes with hard work. Nothing happens overnight.
Right.
People think that these things are you blink and boom,
right.
you're there. It's not the way shit works.
Right.
It doesn't work like that. You got to put in the fucking work. That's a big problem with today's society. Let me preface by saying not everybody, but certain people in this new generation want instant gratification and want I'm looking for the right word, that they're entitled. They feel that they're entitled. Why do you deserve that? What the fuck did you do to deserve that? You tell me. Did you put in the work?
Entitlement?
Did you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every fucking day to go do a morning show? When you got home at 2, did you sleep on the fucking couch in the lobby of the radio station?
Did you sacrifice it all?
Did you put the seat back in your fucking car and sleep in the car?
Or did
so
you have
you
a car?
wouldn't be late. So you wouldn't be late because you knew if you went home, you wouldn't wake up to go do the fucking job that you made a commitment to.
From Colito Monday straight to the morning show. I remember that, bro.
Damn right.
We went straight from that fucking strip club and I remember it'd be commercials. You'd be like this.
Damn right.
We'd be like, Laz, 1 minute left, wake up.
You get up like, that's the kind of shit,
bro,
but guess what?
You were the best.
It's showtime.
That's a talent, bro. You were the best, like dysfunctional. Like you function. I don't know how you do it. You function under like bitch, no sleep, and you do it.
I'm like Nike. Just do it.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
But it's true.
A phrase that you put it, bro, Paul. A phrase that you resonated with me, and you said it to me multiple times.
What is it?
And I remember he would tell me to do something, bro, and I would come to him and be like, bro, I can't do it because of this. This is not working. He would say, knock it out, get it done, just do it, figure it out.
Figure it out.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't knock it out. It was figure it out.
Yeah, he still says that.
I still say it.
And I'm there. I go back. I'm like,
You know what? You still say
what is there to fucking figure out? I can't do this shit. But then,
Question. Did you figure it out?
Yeah.
But wait.
You're fucking welcome.
Can I tap on this? All right, I'm gonna get. Can I get a little personal with you? The vibe is real.
You've asked me like 10 times.
I'm sorry. I'm a little late because he keeps getting. All he has is Patron. I mean, what is this?
We're bleeping that. We don't say none of that shit.
All right, boom. All right, boom. Moving forward.
Unless they have the plug for this episode.
Just get it. What were you saying? What was the phrase?
Just figure it out.
Figure it out. We're going to Bimini. He tells his son, hey, we got this bait thing, whatever. We had a long weekend. We're going to stay out there. We got a couple shows. Boom, 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 boom. He tells his son, hey, I got all these valley hoos there, this and that,
Valley hoos, not valley hoos. What the fuck's a valley hoo?
Hey, just one more sip. I'm just saying. So we go out there and he tells his son, he goes, hey, look, if we don't get him out, it's going to mess up, this and that, and they're no good. Figure it out.
Because in today's society, and I can speak on this because I have a 16-year-old.
You want to quit on the first uncomfortable.
Right, on the first uncomfortable moment, I can't do this. So no, motherfucker, yes you can.
So wait a minute.
It out.
He has a freezer at his home in Miami, but we came from the islands of Bimini. And he goes, look, this bait, if we don't take it out there that we didn't use when we were on a fishing trip, is going to go bad. So he goes, Dad, where am I going to put it? He goes, figure it out. So he was at 16 years old. Your dad's telling you what to do. Now, mind you, this kid is 6'3".
Pissed off.
Pissed off
at the world.
So I look at him, and I'm a dad as well, so I'm looking at both sides of the equator here. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking like this, and I go, I understand Laz, because I feel him, and he has to lay down the law, figure it out. Because he's giving, his son's giving him a little bit of an attitude. I'm like, yo, stop being entitled and shit. You're like, stop. But at the same time, I'm the rope in the tug of war. So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna help you out. Mm-hmm. So I figured it out. We're helping him, and I gave him a little bit of support. But guess what? I followed his son's lead. I knew what I needed to be done, but I let him figure it out. And guess what? We got it done. I'm just saying.
If we don't instill that in our kids, our biggest job as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. biggest job is to prepare our kids for the day that we're no longer here. That's it. That's our job. So the day that the big man says, hey, time to go, my kids are not like, oh, what do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you balance it? Because you're well off and you could easily spoil him. And what is like the line of...
I reward for
Hard work.
grades, for hard work. I will assist in certain things that I feel I should assist in. And then there's other things that, no, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You wanted this, you got to pay for it. Look, I'll give you the example because I know you're big on examples. Every person that's watching this that has teenage kids that gets a driver's license, insurance goes through the roof.
Yeah.
So I told my son, I say, yo, my job as a parent is to get you a vehicle. Yes. My job is not to give you a gas card and constantly
finance your whole transportation
and pay for your insurance now, which is $1,900 every 6 months.
Damn.
Okay. I said no, and that, by the way, and that's cheap because he does have good grades because he doesn't have. I didn't have any of that shit when I went and got my first driver's license.
Right.
They didn't check grades. They didn't check anything like that. Now they want this. They want this. They want this. They want this. And if you get all those things and they're clear, they'll give you a better rate. If you have a kid that has a ton of shit, oh my God, you're gonna pay $6,000 every 6 months.
Yeah. Do you have an example of like a moment that maybe your son did that really made you proud?
My son makes me proud all the time.
Gotcha.
But I don't. One thing I cannot allow is disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I think my son's gonna be a fucking lawyer because he loves to argue the fact on things. I told him, Pablo, this is not up for discussion.
Yeah.
This is not up for discussion.
Yeah. But real talk, besides
At my house, it's just the way it is. Now, now, I will give you enough rope to hang yourself, and then I can tell you, oh, I told you.
But wait,
Not to do that.
But on the
Now you gotta figure it out.
flip side of that, his son's super talented, and,
Oh my God.
and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. This kid DJ'd when he did. Or how many people were at that stadium where you let him rip?
Open up for Pitt, 17,000.
You let your son open for Pitt. That's incredible.
At 12 years old.
At 12 years old.
I'll send you the clip so you can put it.
I remember. My bad.
No. And let me tell you something. I would have took a shit if I was in his situation. And I'm talking about Julian's, not Laz's. You know, if I was his son.
Remember the figure it out part?
Yeah. So it was kind of like he
when
threw
you
him to
made
the
me
dogs.
fucking perform I Love Chongos on Cayocho, my figure it out was getting lit as fuck.
There you go.
That was my figure it out. Like, you gonna perform this fucking song in front of fucking 20,000 people? I'm like, bro, I'm getting drunk.
Okay, 20,000? Okay, 20,000.
And what did you do?
You figured it out.
I mean, I saw videos. I sounded like shit, but I
no matter.
What
You did it.
did you do? First of all, we made a record as a fucking parody.
Yeah.
Okay, as a record that no other radio station would ever play because we created it.
Right.
You got what I'm saying? And then I instilled enough courage in you to go out and perform that as a white boy.
Did you do it?
In Calle Ocho.
I remember. How many Latin girls fell in love with you?
Oh my
I was
God.
lit, bro.
See?
Hey, we're gonna re-upload that and put the link in the description.
Good.
There you go.
Chill, bro.
Yeah,
No, Casey.
ready for this?
Joy produced that. Joy made the music video for that shit, bro.
There you go. Shout out to him. But really,
Joy Taylor. She's the biggest Fox Sports News.
By the way, super proud of her too.
Winning.
I texted her the other day. She's got her own sports show now on Saturdays.
I had her on the
ESPN.
I had her on the podcast, and we were talking about all the crazy shit you made us do, and I was like, we need to make a documentary. Yo, listen.
Why is it him all the time?
No, bro, local. We were gonna call this shit fucking Surviving DJ Laz. Bro, listen. Let me tell you a couple of them, bro. Let me tell you a couple of them. Let me tell you about this motherfucker, bro.
Go ahead, hit it.
There was times where I wanted to just fight him. You know what I'm saying? But then there's times you're like, like I said, makes you feel all those emotions.
Okay.
So I wanted to DJ on the radio so bad. I never got a chance to mix on the radio. Like mix, they wouldn't let me do it.
Okay.
So first of all, the first time I got to mix on the in general I was like, you know what? I'm gonna figure this shit out. So I went to fucking this club.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
What?
Figure it out. He said it without even knowing.
Figure this shit out.
He said it without even knowing.
Listen. So I went to 90 Degrees to this guy named Pablo. I'm like, we should start.
Pablo.
We should start a live broadcast. He's like, all right, let's do it. So I go to the station. I got a live broadcast, but he wants me to be the mixer.
Okay.
But I got this $2,000 a month coming to the radio station. You guys gonna okay, Chopz, you could do the mix. So that's how I was able to mix for the first time on the air. But I wanted to DJ on the morning show. He wouldn't let me. So this is what my dumbass. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Do you remember the story?
No, I don't.
Okay, so
Damn, one day. Okay, go hit him.
One day, I don't know. There was like a picture of maybe Nikki, someone in a thong or something.
Okay.
And I was like,
I never had those.
It sounds about right.
I was like, off air. I was in the room in the studio. I said, man, I don't know how women wear thongs. This shit is the most uncomfortable shit in the fucking world.
How would you know? How would you know?
So Laz goes, oh, okay. This fucking sick fuck. He goes, yo, you want to DJ on the radio? Big out. Go to the store, buy a thong. You're gonna wear a thong.
Oh my God.
I had to DJ.
No, you.
I had to DJ on the radio on a fucking thong and show the fucking thong while I'm DJing. I'm like, yo, I'm suing this motherfucker. Like, yo.
Wait, time out. Casey, did you do it?
Yeah, I figured it out. I'm like, bro, if I have to sacrifice my manhood for a smooth 27 minutes to mix on the mix show, like,
first of all, you're an asshole. And second of all, you're awesome.
Guess what? It made great radio. Yeah. It made great radio.
And I got to mix.
Guess what? It was a sacrifice that you had to make.
My manhood, I'm fucking with you.
But look at like Evie. Okay, right. One of my favorite people on the planet, Evie.
She's awesome, by the way.
The best co-host you've ever had, in my opinion, by the way.
100%. I agree.
Facts.
So check this. So Evie, I tell Evie one day, I go, hey, I had this like 2.5 acre property in Plantation, and my dogs were getting out. So somebody told me to put an electric fence up. I didn't know what an electric fence was.
What?
Yeah, the electric fence. Basically, you put a dog collar on the dog, and there's these things, and when the dog gets close to it, it goes...
It zaps him.
So the dog goes, oh shit, I'm not going there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I felt bad. So I had this conversation on the radio. And I'm like, I'm a dog lover.
I remember
I'm an animal lover, and I think people who fucking treat their dogs like shit are assholes, and they're going to burn in hell.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Lazaro had mad dogs, right? The Saint?
Well, Lazaro had dogs that would lick his wounds.
Right.
San Lazaro is the saint of healing.
No, like he's
and
real.
Listen,
he lives
I'm
it.
connected.
Yeah.
When I tell you connected, dogs gravitate to me.
What,
Anywhere am I? Hang on.
Go ahead.
So I have this, I buy the shit because the dogs are going to run out. They're going to run out and get hit by a car, and I'm going to really feel like shit.
Mm-hmm. So you got the electric fence.
So I got the electric fence. Right. I come to the station one day, and I tell Evie, I said, listen. It was right around Super Bowl time.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is when you can actually have fun on the radio.
What'd you do?
So I tell Evie, Mom, I need you to do me a favor. Oh my God. I need you to put this collar on.
I knew it.
I need you to put this collar on. Mm-hmm. And I just need you to tell me we're doing it on the radio. I'm just gonna give you a quick No, you're fucking crazy. No. I said, listen, a quick
little zap.
So I finally convince her. And then she goes to the bathroom. Okay, so when she goes to the bathroom, she was the gossip girl and did all the gossip reports on that shit. She goes to the bathroom. I get on the radio. I stop the record. I said, all right, DJ Laz morning show. So I convinced Evie to put the dog collar on, the shock collar.
Right.
What she does not know is every time, because it's illegal to say Super Bowl, you have to say the big game.
Right.
You can get sued.
Right.
So I said, every time that Evie says Super Bowl, I'm going to zap her.
You're going to hit the button, yeah.
I said, so she's coming back in. Be back after this. Boom. And I play a song. She comes back in like nothing. Mind you, there's no social media. There's no videos. None of this shit.
Oh, my God.
So she comes back in. She's going, you're not going to do it while I'm doing the report. I said, no. What kind of animal do you think I am? Relax. Boom. She starts her report. And she's like, and this Sunday, Super Bowl's like,
Bro, I live in the hood, Laz. My neighbors are gonna fucking.
Bro, listen.
Bro, he did, yo.
Bro, listen to me.
He's really cracking up about this shit.
Bro, I was crying. crying. Everybody that was in the room was crying.
But she has no clue that that's the key word.
And she's like, what? What are you doing? I said, nothing. Continue with the report. It was a glitch. And she's like, and this Sunday Super Bowl.
That is so green. So she doesn't know that the key word is Super Bowl, and you're letting her do her spiel. Damn, that's
Bro, I have so many of those, bro.
That was
Joy,
so epic.
bro. Only with fucking Laz. It'll be your birthday, and it'll be 6 a.m. The strippers are getting off at Tootsie's. Come to the building. Come lap dances at 6 a.m. on the radio,
sorry,
bro.
somebody mad at that?
No,
Thank you.
Time out. That wasn't a gimmick. Like, it's real life.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
No,
just
I
letting
know.
you
Listen,
Who
it's
was the
just
hot sauce?
Hot
You were the
sauce.
hot sauce? Or the peppers, or what was it?
Hot sauce and
somebody-
pepper.
Bro, this
What's going on?
motherfucker made me. Bro, this motherfucker made me drink a whole fucking culada, bro. Coladito, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking the
that's
whole.
The Cuban thing?
The whole thing, bro. I was there like a crackhead,
Yeah,
like this.
that's what it was.
Like Laz. I think I could. Laz, I think this was too much. I'm like, bro.
It
Yo.
was colada.
Okay, so for the viewers at home, that don't know about the Cuban coladas, they give you the coladas in a shot glass,
a small glass.
a small little piece,
It comes in a styrofoam like this, but you're supposed to put it in little shot glasses and then distribute it to people.
in little shots.
He decided to drink.
No, you
The whole
decided
Cuban
that I had to
coffee.
do this as part of my job.
So I got a question to you. Because Americans are used to, you know what I'm saying, like, are used to the big gulps of coffee, American coffee, but
I'm gonna
a
have some
Cuban,
decaf. And
but a
I'll be
Cuban,
perfect.
exactly. But the Cuban colada, that's like the original
It's
Red
crack.
Bull.
Gasolina,
It's crack.
bro. Yeah.
Cuban crack, we call it.
So,
Yeah,
So
bro.
what happened to you?
Yeah. No, it
Nothing.
wore off. It wore off. You know,
How were you
he
feeling?
painted my house in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
In a thong. That's horrible. That's horrible.
And Laz got a big house.
And Laz got a big ass house.
Listen, did it not make you the man that you are today? And do you
100%.
figure shit out?
100%.
Then
Then clap it up, clap it up, clap it
I
up.
say this sometimes, and this might get me canceled.
He's got his own podcast.
This
He
might get
does.
me canceled, bro. But sometimes, what did I say? I said, I see an IG and some guy's there, and he says he identifies as a bug, and he wants everybody to call him a bug, like he identifies as an insect.
Okay.
You know, I thought to him, I'm like, bro, bring bullying back.
Why?
Like, we bring bullying back, bro.
Why?
Because, like, bro, because, like, this shit, like,
Your producer is laughing. What's going on?
Right, if we get canceled, I'm sorry. I look how, but like,
But why?
It's hard for a year. We bring Laz on one time and that was done.
Yes, you did. Well, Casey needs a hug right
I'll tell you
now.
what I would do.
What?
Ready? And then we're gonna wrap this thing up because I got to drive far.
Yeah.
Me as a parent, I'd bring back paddling in school.
What?
100%.
Paddling.
100%.
Like the principal vibes.
100%.
Like, there's
I would
gotta be
bring-
some type of
bring
consequences,
back
bro.
Paddling in school. I think it's necessary.
Damn.
Again, can't speak for everybody that's watching this.
Right.
Me.
That's some old school shit.
It takes a village to raise a child.
That I agree.
Right.
Okay? It takes a village to raise a child.
I agree
Right.
with that.
So, if I drop my kid off to you and I tell you, yo, Chopz,
yeah.
and Julian, you make sure you listen to Chopz, and he disrespected you, and you smacked him in the ass, I would have zero problem with it. And then he would get another smack when he got home from me for disrespecting you. But that's the problem.
But then he'll never do that
Today.
again. He'll never do. You get me? That's the.
You don't have to. You're preaching to the choir.
I know.
You're preaching to the choir.
Right.
There's no consequences to people's actions.
But,
That's all.
Okay, so I gotta say something on that. I went to school in an era, elementary school, where they weren't paddling, but my first grade teacher did make us hold books like this until we could, and if we dropped the hands a little, she's like, lift them up.
My grandma used to put rice on the tile.
That's
and
some
I used to
Cuban-
have
You gotta
that's some
kneel
Cuban
on it.
shit.
kneel on the
See, I
fucking
can't kneel.
rice.
I didn't have to deal with
That's
that
some
shit.
Cuban shit though. Where's your grandma from?
Bro, my grandma's white. A lot of shit is the same,
Nah,
bro. My
bro,
white
she's
grandma
Cuban,
had plastic
bro.
on the couch too.
That's some
Yo.
Cuban shit.
Cubans claim that shit like
That's some Cuban
only
shit.
Cubans have plastic on the couch.
Listen, your grandma went to a Hispanic person.
Yeah.
100%.
She said,
She's like, oh,
this
shit.
is a very good idea. It's going to preserve my
100%.
couch. I'm going to go get this done.
Vamos a poner un arroz ahí.
These goddamn
Yeah.
Cubans have this shit figured out. No wonder they have furniture for 94 years.
Yeah, with plastic on it.
Okay.
That's right.
I get it. Well, listen, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
it has been an absolute honor, and I am so proud
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
of what you guys got going on here. And I say
Word.
you guys because you can't do this shit by yourself. You got to have
It's a fact.
your man over there because it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Of what you guys have been able to accomplish, about all the hard work that you put in because you realize that things don't happen overnight.
Thank you.
You put in work, you put in more work, and you put in work on top of that. Eventually, shit will pay off. Okay? And I'm going to end it with this. People, can we just be fucking nice to one another?
Word.
That's a
I
fact.
see way too much bullshit.
Right.
100%.
Of dude, what happened to being fucking kind?
Word.
And being nice and saying thank you and I'm sorry.
And
Nothing wrong with that.
And on top of that, right now, be nice to the people showing up to work right now. There's a lot of people not showing up.
You read that shit at Sonny's Barbecue.
I did 100% because I went to the ale house and they had a limited menu because not everybody showed up to work. And everyone was like, I ain't getting my food on time. Hold up. Be nice to the people who just showed up.
They're hangry.
And they're there. And they're hangry.
They're hangry. That's a hard one
But Casey,
right there.
real quick, you got to boast, man. Laz is bigging you up. What high school you guys went to? You guys are still friends from high school.
Cypress Bay, bro.
Man. And you guys are still
Cypress
friends. How
Bay.
long you known your boy?
Bro, we've been rocking since we were 14 or 15.
Since Fat Crayons, like back in the day?
16 years.
Yeah.
Yo, so congratulations to you on this podcast, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, I had fun. And Laz
Thank
invited
you.
me. I wasn't even supposed to be here. I'm just like the redheaded stepchild. man.
Nah, but you know.
Yeah.
I hit up Sito. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this podcast at Chopz' place. I said, and from what the GPS says, shit's right by your house.
You're my neighbor, bro. I live right.
Yeah,
Like
we
I
didn't
can walk
even
to
know
my
that,
house.
bro.
So
I didn't even know that.
I said, hey, come downstairs. I'm picking you up. I'll be there in 14 seconds. He's
Fact.
like, what? And I'm like,
Yeah, he was there. And so I came to hang out. I'm like, all right, let's go.
There it is. Plug your social media.
at DJ Laz, because somebody decided to take the other one. I had to buy that one. But at DJ Laz on IG, the real DJ Laz on Twitter. DJLaz.com. I haven't updated that shit in a long time, but I do got to get better with that.
You started OnlyFans or what?
Yeah. You can I have one. Thanks, Mom.
Wait, hold up. No, big him up. When are you on their air?
Yeah,
And your
yeah,
globalization.
so plug all that shit.
Now, totally 93.9. Not that I refuse to do mornings. I did mornings for many years, and I like the afternoon gig. I get to play music that I like, 90s music. And I don't get into political talk. There's way too much of that shit going around.
We need to party more.
When you come to my radio show, you're gonna hear great music. You'll hear me fuck with people every once in a while. But besides that, come and enjoy the music and just be happy.
Good vibes.
Okay.
And also on the Sirius Radio.
Right. Pitbull station, Channel 13, Globalization. I do a Saturday mix. I call it my musical therapy. That's where I just get to absolutely let loose, because on totally 93.9, we have program director. Shout out to
corporate.
Rob. It's more corporate, but honestly, I've heard so much negative stuff about iHeart. Everybody, iHeart this, iHeart that. I'm having a great experience.
Yeah, it's a good vibe, yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So shout out to everybody that I work with. But program director is the one that handles the music, unless it's my mix at 6 that I get to do. But besides that, my musical therapy is definitely Sirius XM. If I wake up Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm saying, shit, I'm going to do classic hip hop just, at 10. I do classic hip hop. If I wake up and I say, man, I'm in a Caribbean vibe, I'm going to do some reggae.
G's on P's.
I do reggae. If I'm in a freestyle mode, and by the way, one of the biggest reaction I get on that radio station
Freestyle?
is when I do freestyle or Miami Booty Shake Records.
Winning.
And what we could do is, if we could talk about Copper Blue, because they support
100%. And Copper Blues. I'm a resident. I'm a happy hour party, and to me it's awesome because it's an early vibe, and then I do a late vibe at in Wynwood at Booze Garden, just to, again, and this goes back to putting your homework in and putting your time in. Just to be relevant.
to be in tune with what's going on.
Because the stuff that I do at Copper Blues, I've been doing that for 30 years.
Right.
I can do it blindfolded.
Right.
Okay? But I remember the first time I played at Booze Garden, I was a deer in the headlights. And I got to shout out DJ Amps, who looked at me, he goes, I'm going to hook you up, OG. And he put a USB in, gave me a crate or two, and he goes, everything on here is bangers, do your thing.
Word.
Shout out to DJ Amps.
All day, because I was a deer in the headlights. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna play here? But you always have to
Adapt. Yeah.
and study. You got to keep this going. So I could easily kick back and do my Copper Blues gig and then go home and chill. but I push myself because I want to stay relevant and I want to stay in the know of what's happening today. That way, if I'm doing a gig and somebody says, "Yo, can you play, such and such?" Fuck yeah, I can.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You do that well, bro.
Yeah,
You don't sound like it doesn't. You know who does that well too? I want to give you, and I'm gonna have him on here too because I saw him yesterday at Copper Blues, and he says he wants to do it. And he came up to me, Enrique Santos.
Oh, Enrique, listen.
The way you guys, I don't know how to word it, but the way you guys wear your age is like is.
Es que mira, te voy a decir una cosa en español. Ellos toman de la fuente de Hialeah. That's what keeps them young.
The Hialeah water keeps you young.
Hialeah water keeps them young.
But no, Enrique is a monster.
Yeah.
Now that I don't do morning radio, we're not competitors. We work for the same company now. I can actually enjoy when I do get up early. And normally it's to go fishing, but I'll hear morning shows. And let me tell you something. Enrique Santos has perfected the art of morning radio.
That's a fact. But I say that you guys are both OGs, and it doesn't sound like you're forcing. It never sounds like you're forcing to be young. Exactly. They wear it doesn't sound crazy. You know
Can I jump in real quick? Can I plug myself in?
Yep.
So for many years, like you know what I'm saying.
Bartender, cut him off.
Hello. No. Real quick. I love Enrique and I love Laz, and I grew up listening to both of them. But a lot of people don't know this. I'm a creative art director. So from on the besides the music, besides all the vibes and all this fun things that Laz is saying, because we love the party, we love we love all that.
You gotta love life.
Yeah. But I also, for years and years, I took his photographs, I done his pictures, and I also did it for Enrique Santos. And I still
all the
do
artwork for all 294.9 is all Sito. Sito does all that
still to today, his billboards, and I'm talking about Enrique Santos, and I've done his imaging and branding since for like 12 to 15 years. So till this day, and I only do it for him, for Laz and Enrique, because of what you're saying. They're genuine, real.
Yeah.
And I fuck with that.
By the way, I'm focusing on the camera here. Take a good look at Sito.
What?
I know he looked like he's like 28.
Yeah, they try to figure it out.
They're trying to figure it out. By the way, I'm going to give away a bottle of Copper Blues if you can figure out Sito's real age.
Yeah, my real age. Damn. Y'all can figure out how old that, because I know it's like naming all these Casanovas and all this. I'm like, well, wait a minute. How old is a little young fool, right? Yo, real quick. But like on the love, like besides me growing up listening to Laz, he was inspiration because I do music and I do this and that. And if it wasn't real talk, if it wasn't for him, I would have never jumped into the DJ game. And if it wasn't for my brother Fresco for investing in the DJ game, for me, I wouldn't have gotten into the music. But what got me through to get a career and made a lot of money for me, and I went to school because of graffiti, got me a scholarship to be a graphic designer, and which got me to work with Laz. I did multiple DJ Laz covers, and I did all Enrique Santos logos and stuff like that. So exactly what you said. Both of these guys.
Knowledge is power. People learn as much as you can. Make yourself very valuable. The more to either the company you're working for or for yourself.
Not only that, you work with awesome people, and like Laz and Enrique doesn't feel like work. If you do what you love, it's not work.
Right.
And I was so blessed to work with him and Enrique, who are real genuine, like you were saying. And I'm just here for the way. I wasn't even supposed to be here. And Laz was like, yo, come through.
I ain't supposed to be here.
I wasn't supposed to. And I loved it, man. I just want to inspire each and every one of you guys, man.
There it is, baby. Miami on the rocks. Bow.